In the world of Radio Shock Jock, the biggest are Opie and Anthony.
These people say shocking things that border on offensive in order to entertain their offspring.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio bad boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
There was some dude who liked horses and liked the radio show and named his horses after us.
And then let him starve.
And then let him starve?
Great.
Kind of like what we're doing to the listeners.
Starving them of entertainment.
They are sick freaks. Bobby, please look. There's one part we want you to see. That's easy. Oh, you okay?
Where entertainment is going.
These guys are watching porn.
Oh, Jesus. What are you talking about?
We're done. We're out.
What just fell down?
It's time for people to understand these are words. If you don't like them, turn the dial.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
There it is. It's A, not B, Tim.
E. Ooh.
Oh, boy. Good morning.
Hi. Morning.
Something else doesn't sound right.
No, something sounds a little tinny.
Something sounds a little tinny there, Tim.
A little tinny. Here's the part where I take my headphones off a little bit because I don't want to hear a... That'll make my head sound like I'm listening into a seashell.
Don't push that. How about I push this? What about this? No?
No?
Sounds a little off.
Wow, it sounds tinny.
And why were you running down the halls yelling and screaming and making weird noises all morning?
I don't think I was. What was I doing?
What was that?
No. It was the werewolf.
It was you, Tim. They were making fun of you.
I like to make Tim movies.
You were making weird noises as you were running down the hall.
Didn't even realize.
Maybe you weren't running.
Oh, you didn't realize. Everything's a goddamn catchphrase around here.
All right, welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi.
Sounds a bit bassy, but we'll go with it.
Let's deal with it.
Maybe look around, make sure all the buttons are where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
All right. Phone number 877-212-ONA. ONARadio.com. Another fine thing we should be promoting every day.
Lovely site.
Great site. I was on it, and the way the videos are set up, it's just everything is easy to get to.
It's perfect. They're doing
perfect site.
It's not perfect because they still have a problem with some of the edgier stuff. They got to wake up and let us get a little edgier with ONARadio.com.
Yeah, it's a website.
But
love a gat.
For the most part, it does a good job for this radio show.
Covers all the bases.
That's right. Well, we start the show by talking about another DJ.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy, yeah.
We like informing everybody about radio guys, radio shows, radio station.
Especially the groveling DJ. Oh, the North American groveling DJ. Yeah, they just have to get out there and grovel for their jobs.
We once had to read a statement on the air with a gun to our head.
Yeah.
And that's that.
And then a statement was later made saying whatever statements we ever have to read in the future are lies. We want to get that out immediately.
Yeah, because we had it. We've had it. I mean, we don't want to play this game anymore.
Yeah.
We're just apologizing for stuff when you're just trying to entertain an audience that's going to work.
Yeah, you do a comedy show, a little comedy talk show. And like I said in the little opener there, it's put in the same category as news and all these things where people would get in trouble for saying something outrageous, but we're goofing.
Yes.
We're like a comedy show.
Well, last week, Jimmy, you weren't here because Jimmy's outraged. I'm like, weren't you here for this? I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess he wasn't. And he would have really enjoyed this. There's a dopey show out there on Long Island. It's WBLI. Being a Long Islander, I know BLI. It's a powerhouse. It does a fine job.
Yeah.
It plays pretty much, I guess, hit music, and they got a wacky morning show, and the wacky morning show, all they're trying to do is entertain people as they go to work on Long Island. Well, this guy, I forgot his name already. Randy?
Randy.
This guy Randy, as part of
Randy Spears.
Randy, who's part of the morning show, got Mastic mad at him.
Yeah, the little town of Mastic out there on Long Island is all mad because of some of his statements. I guess he took a call.
Right, just to bring everyone on board here. Randy Spears apologized to Mastic area residents for denigrating them on the air, telling them yesterday their community is a sweet little town. Mastic is not a sweet little town.
Been there.
We took horrific phone calls about what goes on in Mastic.
Residents of Mastic were calling up and just talking about, and these are people that live there.
Yeah.
Talking about how awful it is.
We had one guy, he goes, could you please, he goes, I know you guys make a good living. Could you please just buy my house?
Yeah, he's trying to sell his house.
And just get me out of here. And then we
looked awful.
And then we looked up the sexual predators in Mastic, and it lights up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, it was wonderful.
We got yellows, we got reds, got blues, we got greens. It's like a broken traffic light.
Yeah, just
thrown around the community.
Flashing predator.
A contrite Spears appearing at a news conference. He didn't want to do this.
You have to be contrite.
He didn't want to do this, by the way.
By the way, you're exactly right. The guy hated doing this. No one changes their tune in a matter of days. You don't sit there and make a joke and then go, that was so inappropriate. I should drive around Mastic and see that it's a nice place and then apologize to everybody. You do that for self-preservation. He's trying to save his job.
Yeah.
Which, whatever, but he didn't change his mind. He still hates you.
and how it works, if you're like on Long Island, you just know the good towns and the bad towns.
Right.
Simple as that.
It's like anywhere else in the country.
And it gets ingrained in your head. How about Manhattan here? Everyone jokes about Harlem.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Harlem is coming around finally.
Yeah.
Still not a place where I'm going to go and have dinner and a movie, but
there's areas you won't go to.
But it's starting to come around. As far as this Mastic goes, I'll give it another 10 years, and then I'll have an open mind, and I'll go through there and see if things have drastically changed. But as far as I know, from my experience on Long Island, Mastic is not a place you'd want to drive through.
It's not a nice place.
No.
To go. Sorry.
And this kid, he's probably older than us. This Randy Spears, he knows that, but he had to save his job because his radio station and his management over there, put the gun to his head basically and said, you either do this or we're firing you.
Yep.
Which is just such a wimp move by the radio station.
When's the last time a station backed talent?
Oh my God!
In any situation,
had to be
Tom Chiusano and CBS Radio. When Opie and Anthony had some homeless guy on.
Nah, it wasn't even something that happened. They did stand by us, but they had no reason not to. I mean,
because it wasn't on this station. They can only back you if it never went over their airwaves.
Yeah. Good point. A contrite Spears appearing at a news conference. He had to do a whole news conference and everything. Hosted by local politicians. And I saw the picture of this guy apologizing in the paper. He's standing right next to a lady that had greasy hair, 5 chins,
this is
a horrible pantsuit on.
It's stereotypical. If you look at that picture, it's stereotypical what they call white trash.
Look at this woman.
Greasy hair, big fatty.
Oh.
That is, if you made a trailer park remark and by some miracle, I don't know how this happened. There aren't any trailer parks in Mastic?
I guess.
Because
of zoning.
Yeah. How about that?
Whatever.
Who knew? But I'm sure that's even better because I'm sure, like a lot of the houses, they should probably have trailer parks on the plots.
In its place, sure. If I was going to represent Mastic at this press conference as his dopey DJ is apologizing and groveling, I would have hired supermodels.
Supermodels to walk around with Mastic shirts on.
Yeah, Mastic, whatever, high school, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, is this the story?
Yeah, he's everywhere today.
Look at him.
He looks pathetic.
Apologizing. I'm sorry to Mastic. Look at the mess he's sitting next to.
Unbelievable.
Oh, God.
And he's reading a statement because he doesn't mean that.
He's all nervous.
So anyway,
he looks like Hitchcock with a Paul McCartney wig. What a slob!
She's slobbery. So he apologized for the remarks and noted that William Floyd, for whom the area's high school is named, was the first New York signer of the Declaration of Independence.
Wow!
Who gives a crap?
That's good. So you got to go back a couple 100 years to find anything worthwhile.
Well, if that's the best you could do, your town is in deep trouble.
Yeah.
It's like the Chris Rock joke about MLK Boulevard.
Yeah.
Hey, man, MLK did some great things, but you don't want to be hanging out on his boulevards anytime soon.
Run!
Right. And the first New York signer of the Declaration of Independence and a school was named after him?
Yeah.
You could give me somebody who lives in a horrible neighborhood, please call up and tell me about a school or a park that is named after some kind of American hero.
Yeah, what's the name of your school?
Right.
They don't pick like the John Wayne Gacy school.
Right, of course.
It's always some kind of icon or...
Like, I don't even know what that means. Who cares that the high school was named after the first New York signer of the Declaration of Independence? What does that mean?
Are they proud of that? Why put it there?
Seriously, what does that mean?
Why is it in the story? My high school was named after John Glenn,
right?
The astronaut,
right?
Thank you. What does that mean?
My high school was named after Mr. Harborfields.
Who's Harborfields?
I don't know.
I know the town.
We just couldn't come up with anybody, so we just came up
Fields next to the harbor.
Yeah, I guess
something like that.
I guess, but they sat around and went, well, let's get some good, info about mastic out there.
Yeah.
What do we got?
That's it?
Well, the high school's named after William Floyd.
How about economic stats?
Right.
Start quoting some of those.
Most in the audience, which included County Kate Browning, Brookhaven Town Councilman Keith Romaine, and several mastic civic leaders, applauded the apology.
And the Cloverfield monster.
Yeah.
With greasy hair. An horrible woman.
But some said Spears needs to cover more positive news about mastic before he earns forgiveness.
He has to cover more positive news about mastic? They're like telling him he's got to do good mastic stories.
And the manager of the radio station sat there and let these wannabe politicians, slap their DJ around.
Oh, man. What a collection of worms we have become.
This business blows.
Americans are eunuchs. We're a bunch of eunuchs. And our idea of getting something done is catching a guy saying something wrong and then berating him and whipping him into doing what we want.
Into saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Right.
We needed that joke.
Pathetic. Pathetic.
And then you got this guy, Mark Smothergill.
Karen!
You got this guy, Mark Smothergill, president of the Chamber of Commerce of the Mastics and Shirley.
Yeah.
Of the Mastics and Shirley. He goes, what happened today other than this man has a secure job? Like, he's mad. He wants more.
He wants him fired.
He wants more from this. Spears, a Ronkonkoma resident, issued the apology at Mastic.
Ronkonkoma? And he's talking? Jesus.
Issued the apology at Mastic Fire Department headquarters in front of about 80 people. He sparked controversy on Wednesday. Jimmy, do you know what he said? A caller got through from Mastic.
Here's how horrible was what he said. Listen to this.
This person was trying to win a prize. So this guy, Randy, whose job is to try to come up with some edgy, funny stuff, says, oh, you're from Mastic? Are your pipes freeze under the trailer?
That's a common occurrence with trailers. The pipes freeze.
But that's all he said, basically, assuming this person lived in a trailer.
And
that's a joke.
Mark Smothergill wants him fired.
Smothergill.
Yeah, Mark Smothergill.
Oh, what an awful name.
How do you...
Of the Smothergills.
I'm from the Mastic Smothergills.
I'm Mark Smothergill, and I approve this self-inflicted gunshot wound. Mark Smothergill is a douche. That's a name just built for the White House, isn't it? President Smothergill.
And now, President Smothergill.
What a nerd.
Hello.
I'm Mark Smothergill, and I don't know how to have fun.
Mark Smothergill is a dork.
Oh,
he stinks.
But that's the remark.
That's it. Your pipes freeze under the trailer. He asked a question, and they all laughed like, ha, ha, ha. And then
Hardy har.
And then she said something like, well, I don't live in a trailer. And then that was
they
pretty
called
much
it the C word.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Maybe that was it.
Beth Wall, president of William Floyd Community Summit, said many listeners in
Beth Wall!
in working class mastic interpreted Spears' comments as stereotyping their community because of its economic status.
Yep.
All right, well, so be it.
Yeah, sorry.
You're broke.
You're a broke-ass town.
What, you're not allowed to make fun of a town? Why not?
A town you can't make fun of anymore.
Because we're eunuchs.
A little dotted line on a map. You can't make fun of it. Ugh.
Paul Brushard.
You're right.
Director of the Pattersquash Creek Civic Association.
Okay, blow this whole place off the map. Could you please carpet bomb Mastic?
Paul Brushard, director of the Pattersquash Creek Civic Association, better known as PCCA. PCCA.
What is Paul Brushard's relationship to Mark
Smothergill?
I think they're in an alternative couple.
They're in the Asinine Name Society.
Hello, Smothergill. What the hell? Well, let's see what Paul Brushard, director of the Pattersquash Creek Civic Association, had to say. Point out that trailer homes are not permitted under local zoning laws. I have nothing against trailer parks.
Too high income.
No one can afford them. Sorry, there's a roof. You have to sleep outdoors, garbage.
Fast forward. I'm sorry for calling people garbage.
I apologize to garbage for associating with the Smothergills. Why don't you die?
Garbage is nothing but harmless cans and tidbits in plastic bags and should not be connected to the people of Mastic.
Oh, my God. That's right. Hook up a teepee and sleep under that, you zilch.
Exactly.
Smothergill.
Wait. Where are we? Oh, I have nothing against trailer parks. I lived in one, Spears told the crowd. Now he has to, grovel.
I was molested in one. I have nothing against trailer parks.
Trailer parks, whiskey breath really gets me going, my emotions.
Ed from Jersey, this stuff is
Razor stubble.
I have nothing against trailer parks, whiskey breath, or a family friend. Who's going to decide to watch me.
Ed from Jersey, this stuff is like modern-day witch trials.
It absolutely is.
Just to get serious for a second, absolutely.
Yep.
A rival station, WDRE, 105.3.
Saw an opportunity here.
Is capitalizing on the controversy by making, this is just as bad as the other station.
Here it goes. Oh, no.
By making this Mastic Shirley Appreciation Month.
What hacks?
Are you guys starting to understand how much this business sucks?
Horrid.
Take me away from this crap.
Mastic Shirley.
John Caracciolo. Oh, we know this dude. He tried to hire us back in the day. John Caracciolo, president of the Syosset-based Maury organization that owns DRE. They're actually nice people over there, but still a hacky bit.
What a hacky thing to do.
Said the company made the decision to hold the Appreciation Month as soon as it heard that another station was slandering Mastic Shirley.
Well, I never.
Listeners were calling and wanting to express their opinions, and we wanted to give them the outlet to do so, Caracciolo said.
Did they get the same call as we got? Woof.
Spears also read his apology on BLI yesterday morning. John Shea, the station's vice president and general manager. Oh, did I give him a beating on Friday, Jimmy?
Good.
Said Spears would probably not have been allowed to return if he hadn't apologized. God, I hate this John Shea.
Yeah, you apologize or you're not welcome back here.
Way to go, John.
Good. Did you take his genitals and as they're removed, just tack them to your wall with a collection of the rest of the people you've just emasculated?
Including himself.
Yeah.
Believe me, he's got no...
Oh, his are up on the wall, too.
Let me tell you something about John Shea. He's just another failed DJ, and his whole job is to figure out what hits to play.
Mm-hmm.
And usually you find that on the internet and go, okay, here's the list of hits, guys. Just play this.
Play them.
Just play this.
Don't deviate.
I'm going to go in my office and dream about being a DJ.
I got to put a fire out now.
I failed miserably, so now I just got to sit here and make sure the hits are being played.
La-di-dee-dee-doo.
Oh, phone call from Mastic. Phone call from Mastic! What am I going to do?
Yeah, he probably lost his mind.
Not Mark Smothergill!
You know what this is going to do?
Is Mark Smothergill on the phone? Oh, God.
Is that Mark Smothergill?
What am I going to do?
Oh, my God.
Okay, I'll be okay. All right, hello, Mark Smothergill?
Excuse me, Mr. Smothergill is holding.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
Not Mark Smothergill.
Smothergill's a tough customer.
John Shea's a douche.
He really
hate him.
Old vinegar breath. He sucks.
Oh, what a loser you are, John Shea. You weren't going to allow him to return You weren't going to allow him to return unless he read the apology. Ugh.
Just saying, do your pipes freeze under your trailer?
Oh, you're pathetic.
You insinuate a lot when you...
Spears said he is scheduled to return to his normal work today. He said he took 5 days to issue an apology because, you ready for this? He needed time to think and needed to say the right thing.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you don't want to say the wrong thing.
No, they took him off the air, and then they had some kind of lawyer write up a statement and then they handed it to him and said, read this.
What about the zombies in the woods?
Yeah, what about the zombies
pop
in the woods?
out and grab people, drag them back into the woods, and sexually assault them?
Yeah.
What about that? What's that music? It's scary.
What is that?
This is the
Where were you
mall
going?
music from Dawn of the Dead, right?
Oh, because they're zombies. I get it.
But they don't have a mall in Mastic.
Yes, we do. We have a strip store, has a hardware store, and a delicatessen.
Boy, do I want to talk to this Mark Smothergill.
Where's Smothergill?
Get me Mark Smothergill immediately.
He's away from his desk. He's in a rest area drilling a hole in a booth. But he'll be back shortly.
Just kidding, folks.
I would like to apologize to the Smothergills.
That's what Mark Smothergill does. He goes from rest area to rest area, making sure that the holes in the booth are the proper size.
Right.
With a little ruler.
Tool.
This one's small. It could chafe.
Hey, we got Asbury Park checking in. Now, let me tell you about Asbury Park. It's a hellhole.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I haven't been there in, let's call it about 6 years, I think. It's the last time we were there. So things might have changed. But my opinion still of Asbury Park is two things.
Mm-hmm. Bruce
Springsteen played there one effing time, 25 some odd.
The stone pony. How about you let us talk?
Man, you're throwing me off. Yeah, so you got Springsteen who played there 20 some odd years ago, and it's a hellhole. That's all I know about Asbury Park.
War zone.
Yo.
What's up?
Yeah. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? You guys know what it is about Asbury Park and about any other surrounding bad area. It is what it is, man. Take it up and stop crying. Yo, damn.
I know.
People still get killed in Asbury.
There are bad areas. Sorry. Everything isn't the same. We'd love everything to be the same and everybody to have the same economic level. But some cities and towns are wealthier than others.
Exactly.
And if there's an impoverished town and you have a comedy show and you goof on the fact that probably the town's having some problems, you shouldn't have to have your job threatened.
Absolutely.
Oh, God.
Exactly. And we still got more guns than Anthony.
Well, I'm working on it, Pally.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. We could talk all peaceful now, but, you know, when it goes down, my brother.
Hey, we coming for 40 acres in the mule, and I'm coming for Yellow Land first.
You got it, bro.
All right, sir.
You come and get me.
We got to take our first break, but first...
No, it's the mule they want because you're an ass.
Yeah.
Tony, Long Island, what's up?
Hey, boys.
Hey.
Here's a linger longer. Didn't you guys talk about a guy getting a retarded kid getting anally raped at the bowling alley?
Whoa, hey, slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think you could
can't
be so
describe it like that.
graphic. So graphic. There was a retarded boy who was sodomized in a bathroom of a bowling alley.
Not sure if it was mastic.
I'm not sure if it was mastic.
Really
We will look that up. E-Rock?
Let's see if...
Not asking for anything. I'm just...
Maybe we could call Mark Smothergill and ask him if he knows anything about that.
Don't know.
Yes.
Smothergill.
Let's go to Steve in Mastic. Steve.
Hello, is it me?
Hi, Steve. It's you.
What do you think? There's another Steve in Mastic on the phone?
There you go.
Oh, no, I live in Queens now. I moved.
All right, I'm
I
sorry.
just want to say good thing about it was the football team is 33 undefeated, 33 games in a row.
Right.
And two of the William Floyd cheerleaders went on to become Playboy Playmates.
Hey.
Oh, the team is undefeated because you got 25-year-old, seniors.
Now you're going to have to apologize to the school.
No, I'm sorry.
The students, the football team. You're implying perhaps that they got left back?
A few times.
A few times?
Sure.
My God, you're evil.
All right, thank you, Steve. Let's say hi to Ray and Shirley, which is very close to Mastic. What's
Hello,
up,
Ray.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Mimi?
Hi.
I live out there in Shirley. I live in the northern part, up by Long Island Expressway. We don't even consider ourselves Shirley. We call ourselves East Yaphank.
Yeah.
Disassociated from that whole area because when you hit Montauk Highway and you go south, it is basically a trailer park. but they don't call them trailers because they're modulars. They're homes that came in on trailers from out of state. They put them up and they put them on a foundation.
Prefabs.
So
yep.
are you trying to say that they actually look like trailers, but they're just not called trailers?
Modulars?
That's right. If you built a concrete wall around the wheels, there you go. It's a house on a foundation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Listen to this. Tommy in Kings Park. This is too good. We're late for a break, but screw it. What's up, Tommy?
Hey, how you doing? It's Dominic. I was just saying they made him actually research and write a report like a 6th grade kid for information on mastic.
Oh my
for the press conference he did.
He had to write a report. Are you kidding me?
I was listening to the radio station yesterday, and they were saying that he was writing a report as if he was a 6th grade kid.
My summer vacation in mastic.
Oh, my
First,
God.
I was dragged into the woods and sexually assaulted by the multitude of predators in the area.
By the woods people.
The wood zombies that I've read about.
The wood zombies. All right, thank you, sir. Let's go to Ryan in Boston. Let's
Mastic's GDP is $20.
Ryan, what's up?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey.
Just wanted to point out, is it just me or is Smothergill? Wasn't he in an episode of Scooby-Doo or something?
I think it's Mr. Smothergill.
Oh, they ripped the mask off him and he's the villain?
Smothergill.
It was you the whole time.
Watch it out, fellas.
Smothergill.
Let's go to Let's go to
Can't
Sean.
be fun if that's your name.
No.
Let's go to Sean in North Carolina.
Yeah. The last caller was wrong. Smothergill teaches wizardry at Hogwarts.
You think he's a professor at Hogwarts?
At Hogwarts. Professor Smothergill.
I want that Potter in my class. That kid's got nice legs. I want Harry Potter in a pair of shorts in my office in 3 minutes.
Yes, Professor Smothergill.
Bring me the Potter boy and tell him to wear a tank top that reveals his belly button.
Professor Smothergill. Got to put a spell on Randy Spears.
Professor Smothergill's face is on that website again. Megan something or other.
Could you get Smothergill on the phone?
Where's Smothergill?
Steve is trying.
I'm trying to get Smothergill.
Here's the news story, by the way. We should have played this about 25 minutes ago.
Randy Spears, co-host of Long Island's WBLI morning show, came under fire last week after making trailer park jokes about people living in mastic. He was pulled off the air last Thursday. At first, Spears refused to apologize, but yesterday met with residents face to face.
And when I made those statements, I was just trying to have fun with the listeners like I usually do. It was not my intention to hurt an entire community.
Randy Spears says he spent the weekend driving around and found out that there are no trailer parks in Mastic.
He spent the weekend
Wow.
driving around Mastic.
Can I explain
It
something?
takes 10 minutes.
Yes.
So you see the hillbillies that get upset about this.
Yeah.
Part of comedy is exaggeration. So, and we have to be literal in our language, I guess. And I hate to say that the Yankees played the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and they didn't really kill them. Like in the paper it says that they killed them, but they didn't actually murder them.
Yeah.
So I think we should be very literal in our speech. If that
No worry there.
Yeah.
I'm more pissed at John Shea, the station manager of the station, the station manager of BLI, and the radio station itself.
Dude, let me clear this up. The Post, just to clear up any misconception.
Oh, yeah.
It has a picture of Barack and Hillary on the front, and it says High Noon, and it's got them in their cowboy hats.
Right.
And it says Hill and Obama in shootout. But I think we should make it perfectly clear that there's not really going to be gunplay.
I thought they had a shootout.
No.
And one of them might have been injured.
No. Let's make it
okay.
perfectly
Good.
That's what comedy is. It's completely literal.
Dummies.
John Shea and the station doesn't understand that. I'm more pissed at those guys for, folding to these dopes out there in Mastic.
Yeah.
Go,
Just
hey,
fold.
hey, take a joke.
John Shea should tuck it back and start singing, I'm crying over you.
Would you in Mastic?
Oh, boy. We got Detroit calling,
Detroit.
Oh, wow. They're voted worst city every single year, and they don't even give a crap.
They love it.
Yeah, they celebrate by having a car bonfire.
Rolling over police cars.
Right. That's how they celebrate. We're number one again. Yeah. Let's roll a few cop cars. and get some 40.
That's where Winnie Mandela goes to learn how to properly execute political dissidents.
With gasoline attire around their neck.
Right.
And a match.
It's humor. Lighten up, Smother Gill. It's Opie and Anthony. That's how we start today. Chop, chop. Go. Whoa. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Morning. Morning. Phone number 877-212-ONA. Is this Super Tuesday 2? Part 2?
Part 2X. Yeah.
They're saying Hillary needs a big win today. A big win.
Or she's out of it. She says doesn't matter what happens. She's going to forge ahead.
Yeah.
But it certainly looks like Barack Obama is being anointed as the Democratic nominee, and he will be running against John McCain.
Stephen S. from Bayshore, getting back to the mastic thing. He writes, Smothergill is what all the fish die of in the polluted waters of mastic.
They got the Smothergill.
And let's say hi to Billy on Long Island. Billy, what's up? Billy, I can't hear you. Go. Start over.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make a comment. I'm not originally from Long Island, but there's a show on News 12, the 12 channel on Long Island. It's called Long Island's Most Wanted.
Nice.
And they profile criminals, Nassau and Suffolk County. I just wanted to make a comment that most of the people that they profile from Suffolk are from Mastic.
Really?
So they're the most wanted capital of Long Island?
I would say that's a pretty good criteria.
We'll have to check those facts, sir.
Yeah,
we'll have to check those facts.
We'll check for ourselves. But you know what we have decided to do for Mastic?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're broadcasting pretty much all over the world at this point, and we're going to focus on Mastic for the rest of the week.
Yep.
It's going to be Get to Know Mastic on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Why not? We'll get to know Mastic with little fun facts.
Fun facts about Mastic?
About Mastic.
So you don't have to be from Long Island to help this bit. If you could do a little Googling and searching on the Internet. I don't care if you're from Columbus, Ohio.
No, why should we?
Send in your Mastic Long Island facts, and we'll read them on the air.
Yeah.
We're looking for the good stuff, if you know what I mean.
And we're looking for real facts.
Right.
You know, things that may have happened in Mastic that kind of made the news.
Correct. Amundo.
Things like that.
Let's go to Chris in North Carolina. Chris,
Wonderful.
what's up?
This poor dumb
Hey,
DJ.
what's up, guys?
Hold on, but he looks like Sinbad, just next to this whale of a greasy-haired woman.
Oh, that woman. Ugh.
After he was on the fat smash diet or something. It's a little thinner than Sinbad.
Yeah, but it looks like a bit of an older gentleman. He's weathered.
Yeah. He didn't need that. He probably the safest show on radio.
Right.
And he just blurts something like that out, and he's there apologizing. I saved my job. He's probably got like bills and stuff that he's barely able to pay.
And John Shea, you're going to apologize.
If he got fired up, he'd have taken his own life.
I like this Randy, man. This guy was forced to do it. He held out a few
course.
days. He's probably like, F you, die, and then like, you're not coming back.
I held out a while so I could do some research on Mastic.
He looked around and realized no one had a job opening.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I got to stay here with this John Shea that doesn't stick up for his guys.
That's not too uncomfortable in the hallway.
Yeah, no kidding.
When they pass each other.
I pictured
it's the guy
John
that
Shea.
doesn't support me.
I pictured John Shea as a fat guy. E-Rock, maybe you could help me out on that.
I picture him as a wormy, skinny guy, like a
little
wormy,
worm with a height problem.
A wormy. Yes. I couldn't make it as a DJ, so now I'm going to tell other people what to do on the radio. Wonderful. Chris, North Carolina, what's up?
Hey, guys, love the show. Listen every day.
Thank you.
Hey, just wanted to say that you guys have said worse in the last 45 minutes about this town.
Get the point.
That's the beauty of us. We don't hold back. I mean, someone has to fight these battles and show people how ridiculous it is. Jimmy was making a good point just before he came back from break about how we go into attack mode.
It's kind of what I was saying. I just kind of took it a step further. It's what we are, is because, like, when I said Americans are really eunuchs, it's because we don't feel like we're in control of anything.
Yeah.
And it's like we have become this nation of we like to just wait till somebody has a verbal flub. and then we pile on, and we look what he said. Look what he said.
Yep.
It's like we're like a bunch of hall monitor sissies. Like, what happened to us?
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Hall monitors.
How much we love to jump on Michael Richards, and he said something ridiculously stupid, but it's just how we feel better about ourselves, and we can get something done when somebody says something stupid. It's just so silly. It's that we can't accomplish anything real.
And it's that's it too. Says something silly.
Yeah.
Like it used to be, you had to do something.
Yes.
Physically do something to get in the type of trouble that you get into now for just talking, for voicing a joke, parody, humor, whatever. There's supposed to be this freedom of speech we have in this country, where you can do things like that. Yeah, exactly. They just don't get it anymore, where you're able to do this. And it's not the policy, because it used to also be, well, it's the policy of the radio station, and the FCC regulations say that you can't say blah, blah, blah. This stuff is completely protected. You can make fun of things. You shouldn't have your job threatened.
One thing about being a comic, it's like I've never been more grateful to be a stand-up than now, because it's like the things you can't say, hey, you just go on stage and you vomit on people. And they get upset, too, but too bad.
They get up and leave.
Yeah.
D.L. Hughley, how great was it when they tried to protest him in Dallas because he repeated Imus's remark?
Yeah.
And or whatever he said about whatever. And he just refused to apologize. And you know what he's doing now? He's hosting the NAACP Awards. It didn't hurt D.L.
No.
Just got to hang in there.
Of course.
You just got to hang
in. People move on to the next thing they think is a catastrophe.
Let's go to Tom and Shirley. Tom, what's up?
Oh, and yeah, remember about 15 years ago, Katie Beers? She was locked in that guy's basement.
Yeah.
That was Mastic?
She was from Mastic.
She was from Mastic.
Can't blame
she
her.
was.
Little Katie Beers.
Well, they were pointing out in the press conference that the first New York signee of the Declaration of Independence was William Floyd, and they have a high school named after this fine gentleman. I just know that there's a high school named William Floyd, by the way.
Yeah.
That's how much I know about New York history.
So
we have decided to do Get to Know Mastic for the rest of the week on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's the first one from Tom. That's a wonderful story that happened back in the day.
Oh, was that fun? She went to some little amusement center out on Long Island, kind of out around the Mastic area, and she was abducted by a neighbor, somebody that was infatuated with her. He put her in some kind of underground dungeon, locked her in there. They had a camera. There was a TV that she would watch in this dungeon that was hooked up to cameras upstairs. So she saw the police come in and question this guy, and she had to sit there and watch the TV, and the cops just leave.
John Esposito, I believe.
Was that his name?
Yeah, it was under the garage. Yep.
Yeah, he had this thing put away where you couldn't even tell it was a dungeon.
Yeah.
How did he obviously was obviously sexually abusing her for years, right? He held her.
No, he held her for how long was it, E-Rock? Got the story?
I don't remember. This goes way back now.
It was a while. It wasn't years, but it was. It
was enough time to mess her up for the rest of her life.
Wasn't there a guy on Long Island who held somebody for years? I know there's stories.
I'm sure there was.
I'm sure there's a few.
Long Island has had a bevy of.
Well, there you go. I wonder if Mark Smothergill is talking about the Katie Beers case.
Little Katie Beers.
Let's get another fact about Mastic. It's Get to Know Mastic for the rest of the week on the Opie and Anthony Show. Yes, Jim.
Hey, what's going on, Owen?
Hey.
This guy, Smothergill sounds like a real ball bag, but the thing is about Mastic, they actually have kids with whistles around their necks because of all the kid touches out there.
So kids wear whistles around their neck.
And that's to let the...
I'm a cop with the NYPD, and Anthony, you actually work out with my dad. He talks to you all the time.
Oh, hey, I know you. Cool. Great, man.
So I appreciate all the good times. You guys, we work the midnights, sitting here with a bunch of guys in South Jamaica. You guys really help us out.
Cool, man.
All right, right on.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Thanks.
So, according to Jim, the kids have to wear whistles around their neck.
And what happens is they blow the whistle, and that allows people to know where they are.
Where the young child
the
is.
kid touchers can't find them.
It's their special game of Marco Polo.
I'm reading about Mastic. Somebody just sent me a link to some kind of message board.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And?
It says, first of all, most people are going to say that Mastic Beach is a wasteland. I've been told by one of my friends that in a radio report, it was named the armpit of Long Island.
Yeah. What about that fact, Mark Smothergill?
You'll find yourself in situations where you ask someone where you live, answering about 15 miles or 15 minutes from the Hamptons. It's a safe way out. I live 15 minutes from the Hamptons.
Wonderful.
There's a picture of this Mark Smothergill, I think, online. If that was him, what a rosy-cheeked ass. If that's the guy, he looks like Jim J. Bullock.
Oh, he really does look like a tool.
Is he taking a picture with his mommy?
Oh, rosy-cheeked.
Is that a picture with him and his mommy?
Might be his wife.
Oh, really?
What?
He looks like a drunken Elo.
He looks like a, well, let's say Elo.
Or just Elo.
He looks like a ventriloquist dummy. What a shiny-faced idiot.
And it looks like Mark Smothergill gets his hair frosted a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little frosting on the top, please.
Here's a little more of the message board. Someone called Mastic the armpit of Long Island. Crotch or rectum is more like it.
Hey, we need an official stinger for our get to know Mastic bit that we're doing.
It says 25 years ago, Mastic was the dumping ground for welfare. Although many good people have moved in and lived there, the real estate values are depressed. The local school district is sorting through a serious money mismanagement scandal. Is that true? How about that? Largely due to mismanagement decades ago. Traffic is very heavy, abysmal planning. Local gas prices are well over $3 a gallon, and it just seems like a very depressed area.
Well, Travis just handed me just some of the stories about Mastic from January and February of this year. So these stories are a mere month to 2 months old.
All right, so we're not going back that far at all.
In the last month or 2 months, here are some of the headlines that have something to do with Mastic as we get to know Mastic on the O&A show.
Mm-hmm.
Man breaks into Mastic home and stabs lover's boyfriend to death. Homeless man severely burned after another homeless man sets fire to van he was sleeping in. Man arrested for trying to lure 12-year-old girl into his vehicle. Man arrested for walking around with python wrapped around his body. And finally, girl sexually attacked on walk to Mastic school. As we get to know Mastic. That's from January and February alone.
There does seem to be a lot of this sexual assaults going on in Mastic. What the hell's going on there?
Let's say hi to Matt from Baldwin, Long Island. Matt?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
Last time I went to Mastic, I heard about this place we can get Indian reservation for cigarettes. I went to the Indian reservation. I buy the cigarettes. As I'm going to my car, some guy runs out of the woods, grabs my car and the cigarettes, and runs back into the woods.
Maybe they just ought to chop down all the trees around Mastic. People come out of the woods.
Yeah, they're coming out of the woods.
Cigarettes.
Zombies need a smoke.
Right on my hands, man. Unbelievable.
Oh, that's hysterical.
All right, sir. One more before we take a break. We got Freddie and Belmore. A lot of Long Island calls today, but the rest of the country can get into this whole Mastic thing.
I'm sure you know. You got a town like this near you.
Freddie.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good, man.
Hey, my sister-in-law lives out there. She goes, yeah, it's the next Hamptons out there.
She calls it the next...
next Hamptons?
The next Hamptons.
When she was buying a house, she's like, yeah, it's going to be like the Hamptons.
Yeah, when the Hamptons finally have to expand, they're going to take over Mastic, and you guys are all going to be jumping
There you go.
All right, sir, thank you. We got to take a break and catch up a little bit. 40,000 people might have been infected with HIV and hepatitis.
Really?
Yeah.
That's frightening.
In Mastic?
No, not in Mastic.
40,000 people when? Overnight?
I'm not. That's all I'm saying, Jimmy.
Oh, it's a big tease.
Oh,
this is a tease. I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make.
Jimmy's all teased.
I'm actually just gonna sit here and look at you two during the commercials. And want you to come back.
I'm gonna make people wait 10 minutes to find out if they were infected with HIV or hepatitis.
Nice.
Because 40,000 people may have been.
Just say women I've slept with. Get it? Give me those ribs, you.
And if you think you're safe,
Oh.
you better just stick around and find out.
You're auditioning for the Channel 11 News here locally.
That's right, I am. Get me out of this radio hellhole.
broadcast program. Saturday Night Virus.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bring the Saturday Night Virus the dose of entertainment you've been after.
You got it, because this Saturday night, the Than and Sam Show is back live at 9 p.m. Eastern.
After all of the explosive material last time, who knows what to expect this Saturday night on the Than and Sam Show?
Even I don't know, and I'm the host.
Then I guess you'll just have to tune in Saturday night at 9 p.m. It's the mispronounced Than and Sam Show on XM 202.
Saturday Night Virus.
How's everybody? Doing all right?
All right.
HIV thing, we're back.
I can't hear you, Jimmy. Can't hear you.
Commercials are over. What's with the HIV thing? I sat through the commercials. I watched you do the live reads.
You waited.
It was a blast. I love the products. What exactly is it?
With what? No, seriously, what?
With the HIV hep thing.
Oh.
It really got me.
Oh, it's got to be around here somewhere. Yeah, we'll find it, Jimmy. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Phone number 877-212-ONA.
See, I understand the show well enough. What I should have done was said,
what?
Who cares about that?
Yeah.
Live in the first thing we spoke.
No, I don't even remember. What was it?
I don't know. You said, do you have HIV hep?
Oh, 40 people might have been infected.
40,000, you said.
40?
Oh, yeah, 40,000.
It's a big difference. You don't just get to go, oh, okay, 40,000.
Yeah, something like 40 or 40,000. No, I think it is 40,000.
Perhaps more than that.
And they don't even know they might have been infected by it. So, the stories are on here somewhere.
They'll know eventually.
Might have hep.
I'm in this robe drinking broth.
Might have HIV.
My liver fall out.
Could you find the story for Jimmy? I don't know what happened to it. We got more important things to do right now.
And now it's time for a mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Frank, formerly from Mastic. Frank, what do you have today?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Frank.
Oh, Frank.
What?
After those hypocrites on the school board with questions and embezzlement, taking about $7 million out of William Ford's great high school program.
I think Frank is trying to say that a school board guy allegedly took $7 million.
Yeah, there was some misappropriations of some money.
There was a couple of officials implicated in it.
I can't hear you, bro.
Your
Unfortunately.
phone stinks.
Your phone sucks. Tell Tim we need an outro now. And that was another mastic moment from the Opie and Anthony Show.
Every intro needs a good outro.
That's right.
Come on.
All right. Clinic may have infected 40,000 with HIV and hepatitis, Jimmy.
40,000.
40,000 people.
How do they do that by accident?
In the fine city of? We broadcast to a lot of cities.
Oh, no.
Let me
think.
think.
We broadcast to this city.
We do?
More after the next break.
Wait a minute. That's the double T's.
We're actually on.
In the city.
In this particular city. Is it Boston? Is it Cleveland? Is it Buffalo?
I would say
it's not San Francisco.
It's got to be somewhere with
They eat HIV for breakfast in San Francisco.
Wow.
They laugh at it. It's old hat.
Right. They take their multivitamin and a nice dose of HIV every morning.
There was a group of gay men. Did we talk about this years ago? Who was there was a fetish in the gay community, or is it a rumor?
Yeah,
where the guys were going out and just having sex unprotected and trying to get HIV.
Why would anyone do that?
I'm not making that up. It's something I heard. It was just weird. I don't know if it's because of the sympathy you get from the community when you have it, or if it was a rumor. But it was actually talked about.
Or is it they didn't want to get it really, but just the thrill of that you might get it.
I don't know.
Like a Russian roulette kind of thing, you know.
They want to feel pregnant.
Yeah, is that like you're carrying something?
I read an article
not a baby?
once, and some gay guys like I don't know, it's some weird pregnancy thing.
Really?
Like they feel like they're pregnant.
Ooh.
Or something like that.
If they have the HIV?
Yeah. Like they
that's
now have something that's kind of growing inside them.
Well,
I just made that whole thing up. How cool is that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
I was thinking, wow, that's
beat that, Mark Smothergill.
Oh, Smothergills.
That was called some weird improv.
The Smothergills.
Hey, can we play the AIDS commercial, please, there, E-Rock? Good, if we're talking about AIDS. Hey, and we'll tell you what fine city this happened in. After the next break. There's your next hint. But we are broadcasting to this city. And not on XM, by the way, on a regular radio station.
Right.
Let's listen to this real fast.
I was overweight and embarrassed to go anyplace. AIDS helped me get back into a size 12.
The AIDS diet plan helped me get back into a size 6.
AIDS helps control your appetite so you lose weight. Yet AIDS lets you taste, chew, and enjoy. And the appetite suppressant in AIDS is not a stimulant.
AIDS helped me lose the weight and has nothing in it that could make me nervous.
Question, why take diet pills when you can enjoy AIDS? AIDS helps you lose weight safely and effectively. Use only as directed.
I like that. Question. He has to say question.
Yeah.
Why use... I know it's a question. You go up at the end, dummy.
Well, maybe that's their way of saying that, like, we're not asking you necessarily as the audience. Like if he might just say, why use, and then the dumb audience goes, we don't know. We don't understand the product, idiot. So he's like, question. Almost like I'm taking the place of you, the audience. Question.
Right, question.
Sure.
That's a good point, Ant. Why would you?
Now it's time
what
for
happened?
a mastic moment.
Okay.
As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to John from Mastic.
From Mastic. Very good.
Getting to know Mastic.
Celebrating Mastic, if you will.
For the rest of the week. Yes,
Yeah.
John. John?
When I was young, yeah, hello.
Yeah, I think they got a weird cell thing that happens in Mastic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like the X-Files.
Why put a tower in a poor town?
They're using the same phone that Michael Douglas used in Wall Street on a beach. It's a stupid shoebox with an antenna on it.
Giant brick.
Yeah, John, go ahead.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to go to school in Mastic, and all the brothers used to steal the mail from the neighborhood and hide it in an abandoned house. And then, like, once a month, the cops would come and try to get them, and it would look like the house was on fire, and they'd all go running down the blocks for the Indian reservation, because when they got to the Indian reservation, the cops weren't allowed to cross the line. So then the cops would have to camp out outside the Indian reservation and wait for these guys to come back.
I love it. I can't get enough of this town.
I'm falling in love with Mastic.
Running everywhere.
All I know is when I was like driving around on Long Island, we would just avoid this area.
Yeah.
Nah, I gotta hang out in this.
Now we gotta go and party there.
They would have to just camp out and wait. John, wonderful.
What is it, 1850?
That's a great story. See, we're getting
not allowed in here, revenuer.
How do you like them apples, Mark Smothergill? Let's say hi to Bill in South Carolina. Bill, what's up?
Hey, that thing that Jimmy was talking about, Hannity did a story on it, and they called the guys that had the AIDS the gift givers, and XM used that in one of their promos for Hannity that he was talking about that for a while.
Gift givers?
Yeah, the guys that had the AIDS were called gift givers, and the guys that wanted it would go seek them out to get them to give it to them.
But what is...
Why would you want AIDS?
But you know what? You might not be so crazy with that Hold on, bro. Hold on. I'm sorry about to interrupt you. You might not be that crazy with that pregnancy thing. It really might be like being filled with... I don't know, but there's got to be some weird psychological reason. And I did hear that.
Yeah. Like you're having hardcore sex with another man, and you're like, get me pregnant.
Oh.
Give me your seed.
You think there's some kind of a thing like that you want? You want to carry something?
Well, everyone knows what this is. Let's go to Brad in Atlanta. Brad?
Good morning, boys.
Hey,
Happy
Brad.
birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you, Brad.
Pretty much, yeah, what it was, the people that wanted the bug or AIDS or whatever the disease was a bug catcher, and whoever would give it is a gift giver.
Oh, my God.
And they would even have these elaborate bug parties where you get together and swap. Anyway, punch it out.
How great. That could be the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Interesting.
I'm a bug catcher.
Oh,
bug catcher.
Why would you want that?
Oh, sorry, Jimmy.
Now it's time
I'm really sorry.
for a mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Rob from Long Island. Rob, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
I just want you guys to know that Mastic is one of the only libraries that carries video games because kids...
What is wrong with the cell phone?
Every time we try to take a call, it just...
See, even God hates you.
Apparently, the library carries video games.
Because what? Because the kids can't read on a...
I don't know how. We're trying to stick to the facts here.
Yes. Oh.
It's probably saying they're too poor to afford them.
Oh.
Sorry, Jimmy, to interrupt you, but...
As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
All right, let's try another one. It's Chris on Long Island. Chris, what's up?
Good morning, ladies. Your music is loud.
Oh, is that it?
No, what's up, Chris?
All right, here we go. I don't know if you remember, a couple years back, the cop had pulled a girl over from the bar in Mastic and made her walk home naked while he followed her.
Oh, I remember that story.
That was Mastic?
That's Mastic.
Yeah, cop pulled over a girl. She was drunk. And to teach her a little lesson, he made her take her clothes off and walk home as he followed her slowly behind her.
I remember that one.
That's fantastic.
Wonderful. All right, getting back to this. Oh, no.
And now it's time for a mastic moment.
So much here.
As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Dave on Long Island. Dave, what's up?
Yeah, two things, if it's okay. I hear some guy invented some sticky tape called mastic tape.
We know it as masking tape. But I guess it started out as mastic tape?
Yeah, I think so.
Because of all the sexual predators that live in the area?
Oh, that's good. Then they could, now it's duct tape. Right. Or they could just bind their ankles and wrists.
And one more thing.
Did you really want to try another one? What?
Yeah. We'll try one more.
Okay.
We'll leave you with the sounds of mastic.
All right. Toilet flushing, always funny.
Wow, he bailed himself out of that spiral.
That is a huge comeback right there.
First damn good one.
First two pitchers, you missed the ball by a mile, where your whole body spins around, and then the third pitch, you hit it out of the ballpark.
Dude, that's, by the way, the outro for that bit. Leave you with the sounds of mastic and a toilet flushing.
The toilet.
Or a different sound every day.
Yeah, if Steve's working for the show today, can you run down the hall and tell Tim that's the outro we want?
You can stop updating for 1 minute. Just please tell him.
We got to address that issue.
All right, so there you go. And we did the HIV thing. So it's a clinic. Oh, we didn't really do the story, did we? The clinic thing? Oh, no. Oops.
No, we got to know what. Oh, a clinic.
Oh, I almost slipped.
It's a clinic. 40,000 people infected with, perhaps infected with HIV and HEP.
Right. We're going to tell you after the break.
It's in a city that we broadcast to.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to tell you right now.
And now I know in a clinic.
They unknowingly might have got the HIV or the hepatitis 40,000 people. 40,000 people.
You have AIDS.
Yes, you have AIDS.
I hate to tell you, boy, that you have AIDS.
You got the AIDS.
You may have caught it when you stuck that filthy needle in here.
Or maybe all that unprotected sex put you here.
It isn't clear, but what we're certain of is you have AIDS.
Yes, you have AIDS.
Not HIV, but full-blown AIDS.
Be sure that you see that this is not HIV. But full-blown AIDS. Not HIV, but really full-blown AIDS.
I'm sorry, I wish it was something less serious.
But it's AIDS. You've got the AIDS.
All right. Before, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened?
Marine throws puppy off cliff.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, we got that story.
Yeah, it looks like it might be fake.
Okay.
Like there's a big controversy here. No one wants it to be real. Shocking video. Are they showing it? Because
why wouldn't they? They're not going to show the animals splatting. I mean, they show dead Marines.
Yeah, but people have a
here's the story
soft spot for puppies.
Here's the story to get everyone up to date.
Cute little puppy, oh, so cute little puppy. A trip.
That's mean. That was mean, Matari. What I do?
That's the actual video of the throwing of the puppy.
The video shows a Marine holding a puppy by the scruff of its neck. And then you hear what they just said, and then he takes it and just wails it. And it goes head over heels, and it makes that sound, and then bam, he threw it off a cliff. is what he did. If you want to watch the video, it's right there, Jimmy. But a lot of controversy here, saying that the sound was edited in. It's actually an already dead puppy. And, he threw the puppy was dead.
Oh, okay.
And then he threw it. A lot of controversy there. What's the matter, E-Rock? Can't get that YouTube working?
It's been removed.
It's been removed?
The video's been removed?
Yeah. Violation.
Of what?
Violation of animal cruelty.
How about go to some?
But Lonely Girl 15 gets to continue doing her crap?
Go to Dogpile. That's
Nothing?
one thing about Google that stinks.
Yeah,
Go to dogpile.com.
YouTube has Lonely Girl 15. Nothing on there?
And
No,
look
what?
at videos.
Only Girl?
All right,
15?
well.
Is that hit TV show?
Remember the Britney guy here? He's getting a show. That guy was kind of crazy.
Well, whatever. We don't have the video, but there's controversy. They're not really sure.
Not
They're
sure.
investigating, trying to find out if it's real. But
Of course, I like to think it's fake and staged, because that is, that's a little much.
It's just needless barbarism.
Yeah,
Even for a Marine who were completely on your side. But to just throw a puppy off a cliff, it's kind of hard to explain that away.
Maybe we need people like that over there, but we just don't want to see that kind of stuff. Like, there you go, see?
the puppy, first of all, it's real.
It's a real puppy, but it might be dead already. It's not moving at all when he's holding it by the scruff.
Where was this, in Iran?
It looks a little stiff.
It's not moving at all.
Yeah.
I mean, is this in Iraq?
Iraq, yeah.
It's
or
not
Afghanistan.
moving.
Yeah, but if you hold a cat like that, I know that
cat,
much.
Not a puppy, though.
I don't know. If you
Puppies
hold
will
a
move a
cat by
little.
the back of the neck, the cat will not move. He's definitely throwing.
See, look, it looks a little stiff.
No, the other guy's posing next to it. It's a goof for their dumb friends. It's probably a dead dog they found.
Yeah, they found a dead dog.
Yeah, I think you're right, because the dog, it was thrown pretty far, but it wouldn't have died on impact. That dog would have moved after the fact.
And then they put in post, they put in the sound effect of a dog going yap, yap, yap.
See, when the dog hits, I mean, the guy throws it, 20 yards maybe?
Yeah.
And not even down that much of a cliff. Maybe down, he's up maybe, 10 feet?
That's not a big cliff.
No, I mean, at the very least, the dog would have, moved around after it hit the ground.
It's pretty sick even throwing a dead puppy like that.
Oh, it is twisted.
He's a Marine!
It absolutely
bastards.
twisted, but that dog looks very dead.
The private's dog's name is Scrappy too, sir. Why is Private Pile petting a dead animal? Or dead animals allowed in the barracks? Because they smell, sir.
Because they smell. That is a little twisted, but I say fake.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And now it's time for a mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Pete in Sayreville. Pete, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey.
It's a great mastic story for you out there.
Yeah.
All right, 2 years ago, my brother-in-law is taking his garbage out in Mastic. Right on the corner of the street, we got these two parties going on that file out into the street. Crackhead kills one of these guys with a bow and arrow from his porch.
Ooh. You got killed by a bow and arrow in Mastic?
Yeah, hunting bow.
Hunting bow.
Yeah, right in Mastic.
That's just wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Fantastic.
Yeah, let's go to Bob on Long Island. Bob, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I got a buddy that lives in Mastic, and we're hanging out in his garage one night working on dirt bikes. And I asked him where I should throw the empty beer bottles. He's like, just throw them out onto the lawn, try to get them close to the mailbox. I'm like, why would you do that? And he said that the land clammers come around at night and collect them. They'll be gone by the morning.
Land clammers?
Those are people that collect empties?
Empty bottles are land clammers?
We're learning so much about Mastic. Thank you, Bob.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Right. We should be honored by Mastic. We should get like a key to the city.
Yeah. Let's say hi to Tim in PA. Tim, what's up?
But it's a key, but it comes like with a big metal thing, like when you go to a gas station, you have to use the toilet, so you don't run off.
You don't steal it. How about it's got a carburetor on it?
Yeah, hubcap.
How about the keys just in the shape of a toilet brush?
Sure.
A metal toilet brush.
They give you this toilet brush to the city.
Tim, what's up?
Listen, I hate to break up the festivities, but could you please tell us the name of the city where the HIV and hepatitis was given out to 40,000 people, please?
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll absolutely do that right after these messages.
Everyone has AIDS.
Or parody song, you idiot.
AIDS, AIDS, AIDS. AIDS, 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 AIDS. Everyone has AIDS. And so this is the end of our story. And everyone is dead from AIDS. It took from me my best friend, my only true pal, my only bright star. Well, I'm gonna march on Washington, lead the fight and charge the brigades. There's a hero inside of all of us. I'll make them see everyone has AIDS. My father, AIDS. My sister, AIDS. My uncle and my cousin and her best friend, AIDS, AIDS. The gays and the straights and the whites and the spades. Everyone has AIDS. My grandma and my dog go blue. AIDS, AIDS, AIDS. Papa's got it and so do you. Come on, everybody, we got quilting to do. We're gonna break down these barricades. Everyone has AIDS, 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 AIDS.
Got a lot going on. I'm trying to...
lost my mind there for a second.
You lost your mind. I'm trying to shove the boot down my throat.
I lost my effing mind.
There's a syndicated radio show. We're talking with our mouths full.
Yeah.
You're pointing at me. I have a mouthful of apple.
I was reading something that was worded very poorly, and I got all mad.
I never heard you snap during a live read like that.
Oh, I couldn't help it. I think out of every 100,000 live reads, one of them I'll snap at. It's just it's a little inside, I know, but sometimes the things are worded. I don't write this stuff.
I hear you.
I read it. Sometimes it's worded a little screwy.
What were we going to do after the break? I forgot.
I think 4 people were injured somewhere.
What happened? I don't remember.
There was a large predator on the beach, and some people were injured.
What the hell were we going to do? We made him sit through a commercial break. What the hell was it? Wow. That'll come back to me.
And now it's time for a mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
If you're just tuning in, get up earlier.
Yeah, what can we tell you?
This is based on something we did to start the whole show off.
Yeah.
We got some more mastic stories.
Love them.
These happened between July and December of 2007.
All right, so we're not talking that long ago.
So 5 to 6 months. Here are some of the stories that came out of Mastic, Long Island. Police make 300 arrests in 6 weeks for street crime, gang, and drug activity in Mastic and Shirley.
Wow.
Oof. There's another one for Mark Smothergill.
Smothergill.
Man arrested in Shirley bank robbery.
Mm-hmm.
FBI raids Mastic Smoke Shop, arrests manager for evading $9 million in taxes.
$9 million?
$10,000 diamond earring stolen. Homeless man arrested in bank robbery. Man stabbed to death in Mastic bar. Man arrested for violently shaking and kicking his 3-month-old baby. And 19 dogs found in feces-filled room in Mastic house.
Yeah, I gotta have one of those.
And that was a bird's-eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Nice.
This place is an asshole. We started this as a goof, but this place...
Wow.
This place stinks.
There's no shortage of horrid stories coming out of there.
It really sucks on ice. Mastic is a dump. I won't apologize for that.
Oh,
Fast forward 2 days later, I took a trip through Mastic, and although I was sexually assaulted and stabbed with an AIDS needle, I found the residents to be lovely.
Even this fat mule next to me with her greasy hair.
Thank you. I want to thank this blubbernecked disaster who no one has listened to since 1974.
Yeah. There you go, Mark Smothergill. All pissed off because one lousy DJ had a throwaway comment about a trailer, and now this is what you get.
Hey, now your little town's national.
That's right. You dope. Let's say hi to Tim in Pennsylvania. Tim.
Listen, I swear to God, I got to be to work in like 6 minutes. Could you please just tell us the story where the 40,000 people were infected with AIDS? Please?
Clinic may have infected 40,000 people with HIV and hepatitis. Tim, where are you calling from?
Well, I live in PA, but I work in Harlem. So I'm just off the bridge. I'm heading down there now, and I'm going to be to work in like 5 minutes.
If you live or work in PA or Harlem, you are safe.
Oh, you're safe.
You're safe. You did not get infected.
Yeah, but I go to a lot of clinics.
Oh.
Brooklyn Ace, what's up?
Where is the bloody clinic?
If you're from Brooklyn, you are safe.
He's safe.
You're welcome, sir.
Safe.
I'm going to guess.
Huh?
I'm going to guess that it was in Mastic, but it was on purpose and part of a promotion. Come down to the people who are going to get AIDS just to get the free orange juice afterwards. Like when you're donating blood.
The needle prick promotion. Greg in D.C., what's up?
Hey, listen, I don't actually live in a city where you broadcast to on a regular basis. We get this bad broadcast down here, so I don't care where the clinic is because I know I'm safe.
All right.
Live longer.
Live longer. What an ass. What a total ass. All right, Anthony, you're single.
Yeah.
Any updates?
That's what I hear.
Any updates on the home front?
Let me see. I'm getting my house in order.
Mm-hmm.
You know, literally, not figuratively.
Yeah.
My other, when you say I'm getting my house in order, it usually means, you're getting yourself together. No, I'm just getting literally my house in order. No updates as of right now.
Okay.
Yeah, no updates.
All right. I got a new promotion for you.
A new promotion
for the people that have been following along.
Forward to these.
We're trying to get Anthony a prom date.
Yeah. That I don't think is going to pan out because the criteria a little too rugged for the prom
I don't know, but now that we're learning a little bit about Mastic, we might find your prom date in Mastic, Long Island, my friend.
Oh, I'm sure I'll be invited in.
Of course, the stipulation is you have to put out if Anthony takes you to the prom. Boiling it down to the basic right there.
Gonna put out.
So we got the prom date thing happening. We also have the hot teen hot pajama party at your crib.
Right, where I will be sued for something like a girl falling down the stairs or drowning in her own vomit.
Only if they can figure out where you live, my friend.
Oh, is that it's a scavenger hunt party?
Well, we're gonna blindfold the participants as we take them to your house.
And then just set them loose in the streets so they can try to wander and find their way home?
No, we'll put them back on the bus after you foul them.
A bus?
Yeah, and then bring them back to the mall. We got them from.
Mm-hmm.
This house has got to be hard to find in a Jewish neighborhood. The one house with the stupid fountain with water in it on the front. The Cupid fountain with water coming out of the mouth.
It's more like the big banner hanging over my garage. It's brightly colored.
Yeah.
Red, white, black.
Yeah. And then we came up with this, just in case you haven't heard it yet, the speed dating thing, which I think is our greatest idea.
Speed dating.
Well, we have a brand new one right after this, but just in case you haven't heard yet.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a white girl about 18 or 19 years of age?
Wild chick. You suck a grapefruit through a garden hose.
Have you worked hard to eliminate your gag reflex?
Fit 14 golf balls in your mouth.
Do you like to drink lots of booze and have promiscuous sex without remembering your partner?
Do you like the company of older gentlemen? Then come on down to Uncle Anthony's speed dating extravaganza. Anthony Cumia is looking for his love match. While living in the lap of luxury, this 63-year-old newly single gentleman enjoys fine wines, a cozy dinner at home, and long walks through his Long Island estate dressed as a Nazi. Anthony's looking for an uninhibited teen girl with a strong liver and a craving for the wrinkled old of a real celebrity. 25 girls will be invited to the Cumia Mansion for a 5-minute date, so bring your cleavage, your self-loathing, and a gallon of mouthwash. And don't tell your parents where you're going. Every lucky girl will receive a pearl necklace courtesy of Uncle Anthony, and then be told to get the out. Call 866-FU Line 1 to take advantage of this incredible opportunity.
That's 866-FU Line 1.
For Uncle Anthony's speed dating extravaganza.
Good promo, but some of the production was in one.
Yeah, one ear.
On one, yeah, which could be a problem for some people out there that have bad systems in their
Crappy
cars.
radios.
I think it was funny, by the way, the questions like, do you like older gentlemen? Can you suck a golf ball through a guard? It's like, those are all questions Steve's subconscious has asked him. He was basically just, yes.
Like how I'm just aging.
Yeah.
By leaps and bounds in all of these promos.
Wait till you hear
getting older and older.
Wait till you hear the latest one, which we're going to play in a minute here.
Oh, great.
Dan in Ohio, what's up?
Hey, Gregorio, Antonio, Amy. What's happening?
What's up, bro? We got to announce the winner of the animation contest today.
Yes.
Right, Steve?
Hey, is Akron safe?
Is
Never.
Ohio safe? Well, you're not safe because you've been infected with the Maxwell.
You live in Crackrin, do you?
You're infected with the Bornstein.
Ah, shit.
How is Akron? Nice place?
That's all right.
Yeah?
That's okay. It's no mastic, but, fine. So.
All right, sir. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, car crash.
Yeah, if you're calling or living or hearing us in the Ohio state of Ohio,
in the Ohio state of Ohio,
you are safe. Safe. Cleveland is safe. Clinic may have infected 40,000 with HIV and hepatitis. So far, Cleveland is also safe. Although you're not safe from the Benjamin Bornstein.
Yes, that's
disease.
When you've been infected by the douche.
Yeah.
Crackheads in Akron.
By the way, I think we have audio somewhere where Benjamin says that the pests are no big deal.
Oh.
How stupid is this guy?
Very.
Not even stupid, he's just dishonest.
How dumb is this guy
lying.
that works in Cleveland radio? What station he works for?
MMS.
MMS, okay. This is what Maxwell had to say about the pests, I guess.
You guys got the Maxwell show? Yeah, Maxwell show. Who's this?
Hey, this is Justin.
What's up, man?
Hey, I'm so tired of Opie and Anthony and all this stuff. They got these pests bothering you every day now. Oh, man, I wouldn't stand for this.
Dude, it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah, their pests really aren't that big of a deal. They're not. It's not like they're coming out in flocks. It's not like they're everywhere.
It's
what
really
are we
not
going to
that
do?
big of a deal, ultimately.
You know what I mean? They're nothing to run from. I'll tell you that.
You know, because at the end of the day, we can shut the phones down and do a radio show.
Can you stop the phone?
That's what we're probably going to do.
He has to shut the phones down.
Yeah.
And do the radio show. Right in that statement is exactly what's been happening, and that is exactly what the point we're making is.
It's the opposite of what he said.
Why would you have to shut your phones down to do your radio show?
If it's no big deal, if they're not coming out of the woodwork, if they're not all over the place, why would you shut your phones down?
An idiot. We have spies. There's a lot of people that don't like you at the radio station. We got some communique that you had to sit in your program director's office to try to figure out how to deal with this situation. So don't tell your listeners it's no big deal. You absolutely know it's a huge deal. You had to take a day and a half off of radio because of this.
Well, the pests are no big deal. That's what he's saying.
And the radio station took all their phone numbers off their website because our pests found all the business lines. Why are you lying?
This is a lie.
Yes.
Yes. How great is that?
Yes.
Stupid.
Stop lying.
They took the numbers. Your MySpace has been hijacked.
Fat Benny.
Oh, God.
Why are you lying? That's why you'll never make in this business. No one's believing your lies. He says the pests are no big deal, but then he goes on to say this.
We shut down his MySpace page. That's funny.
Thanks. All you did was make his wife happy. Way to go. His wife, he went home and his wife was like, oh, thank God. You mean the running mill of whores is gone now? I don't have to worry about you going to work and looking at whores on the internet? Dude, that helped you.
That's not funny. They're not funny.
He's doing the bit.
That's right. Do the bit.
He's doing our little bit.
Do the bit, good boy.
Benny.
Try to take what is humiliatingly obvious about your phoniness and parody it like you meant to do it.
I love that.
You tool.
Ned Benny.
And he knows he says that.
It's so much fun to go around and just say that all the time.
Ned funny.
Ned Benny.
Ned
Benny.
N-A-A-H-T. Ned
Benny.
They taught me that in broadcasting school. Not funny. Drag it out. Less content needed. The slower you talk.
Ned Benny. Ned Benny.
Oh, just
yeah, but the pets are no big
horrendous.
deal, right? We took
what a tool
took over
this
your
guy is.
MySpace page. The radio station had to take all phone numbers that have nothing to do with calling a radio show off their website so they could attempt to do business. But it's too late. The pests already have the numbers, and they're passing the numbers among themselves.
Yeah.
You're just a loser, dude.
His emails
And his email.
You can't even
It's nothing.
But the pests,
Nothing.
but the pests are no big deal, right?
No big deal. It's not even funny. Not funny.
So
But
what?
we've had to remove every single contact information from our webpage. It's not funny.
Oh, is that wonderful?
horse? Not funny.
It's not designed to be funny. It's designed to be giving them greetings.
Who's that horse? Not funny. Making fun of horse, calling them horse is not funny.
Oh, I disagree. Calling women a whore is always funny.
Not funny.
Oh,
Of course.
Let your whole chime in. Nice comment by your whole.
Of course.
It's not funny.
Oh,
Oh God, she didn't just say that.
trying to get the ladies to listen on your
Right.
fat boy.
Get the gals to listen. Hey, Maxwell, let me tell you something. We need more women, so we're going to put a girl with you. All right. Whatever you say. Ha, la, la, la. Not funny.
Can you play her saying that again?
Oh, I got to hear that.
If there's any reason that women should not be allowed to talk into a microphone, this is exactly it.
Because he's doing such a poor job anyway of trying to defend himself, but he's trying to say that, you know, they say this, they talk like guys, they do that, it is funny, and then she chimes in and just takes the wind out of their sails.
Not funny.
Not funny.
Yeah, there you go, stupid. Good one.
Oh, I disagree. Calling women a whore is always funny.
Not funny.
Whores aren't funny. Big fat Jewish guys in Cleveland aren't funny.
Hey,
Is he Jewish? All right.
Well, what happened there?
At least you're being honest.
Big fat Jewish guys in Cleveland aren't funny. Okay.
That's an excellent point.
It's a good promo.
Funny.
I'm going to drive my wife crazy with that tonight. All night. It hurts to talk like that.
It's worse to hear it.
Is it?
Wow, that's wonderful radio there.
Oh, that's
Benjamin.
hilarious. Big fat Jewish guys in Cleveland are not funny. You can say that again, Benny. Because we are.
Hi there. I'm calling. My name's Kim. Do you want to know what the best part of your radio show is?
What do you got, Kim? Lay some comedy down. What do you got?
Sorry, yes, I really love all the dead air.
First of all, he knew it was coming. He knew it was coming. You could just tell, all right, what do you got? Oh, here it comes again.
He's defeated, but he's
ruining
saying
my show.
He's saying the pests are no big deal, huh?
He's got to keep his chin up. He's got to make it sound like this isn't bothering him. This is bothering the crap out of him.
And he doesn't understand. He thinks it just goes away.
No, it doesn't go away.
It doesn't go away. It just gets stronger and stronger.
A fat boy.
Wait for the
it doesn't
billboards
go away.
and the fat boy signs that will be
Yeah.
appearing all over Cleveland in the near future.
These guys, the pests, they finance their own billboards. They finance their own billboards.
Huh?
Oh, my God. What did they just get?
I got video of him picking his nose and eating it on
Oh, fantastic. Someone's captured 3 photos here, I guess from the video feed, because there's a video feed of him, and they've just been monitoring it, all the pests, and they got a nice 3 shot. The first one is him. It's completely his fingers dug in his nose. The second one is him pulling out, and the third one is that finger in his mouth.
And now he'll say that was done ironically, but it wasn't. He's not looking at the camera.
No.
It
He's
wasn't
he's hungry. He's fat. He's got to eat all the time. He's very hungry.
God, look at that fat.
Not tasty.
Not salty.
Not salty.
Honest. What do you got?
Sorry, yes, I really love all the dead air.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but, I'll start listening to her when she learns how to hang up a telephone. Was that enough dead air for you, Kim?
Really? What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
Of course you don't. You're not supposed to, idiot.
Nah, he knows what it means, though. He listens a lot.
It's from the Latin root meaning to frunk. What's it mean? It means we have more listeners than you do, fat boy.
Right.
Calling your show.
So they took all their phone numbers down off the website so they could attempt to do business. That means the pest, you're doing a fine job.
Doing a good job. Step it up a notch.
I think we step it up a notch. Absolutely.
Step it up.
Absolutely.
Why not?
They're looking for a lawsuit, so just be very, very careful.
Can I tell you?
Are they?
Yes, they're absolutely looking for a lawsuit. Yes,
The
Jimmy.
Attack Maxwell thread on the website has 78,000 views.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And that's only on one website. Because all the websites have their attack thread.
Your phone numbers are off your What kind of radio station doesn't have the phone numbers on the website?
They pull them off thinking that that's going to stop. These guys already have the information. It's done. They will keep doing this. You're going to have to change the phone numbers, and then they'd still get it.
Because you have to put them out there for advertisers to call.
Yeah.
What, are you going to keep your number a secret at the radio station? It's 1-800-WE-SUCK. Keep it under your hat.
Keep it on the QT.
What a dope. Complete dope. All right, so we go back to Anthony.
Oh.
So the speed dating.
Yeah.
Well, we got a brand new idea for you. As a single man.
All right.
And here it is.
Hi. If you're a hot, man-friendly lesbian like me, then you should come out to Uncle Anthony's Hot Teen Lesbian Poker Party.
Hot Teen Lesbian Poker Party.
Horseback riding, archery, tennis, and a on your chest. All the hottest girls between the ages of 18 and 19 are being given admission, so don't miss out. If you're lucky, Uncle Anthony will put his in your and then all over your. I just love Uncle Anthony's 70-year-old. And so will you after you drink from the fountain of Anthony and snort some of the best coke, all while bathing in the finest champagne glass hot tub filled with hot teenage lesbians. Nestled deep in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania.
No one will hear you scream.
Which makes this once-in-a-lifetime chance even more exciting. Spots for this incredible event are running out, so if you're a hot teen lesbian or bi-curious girl, love older, and duct tape on your wrists, call 1-866-FU-LINE-1 now. That's 1-866-FU-LINE-1 for Uncle Anthony's Hot Teen Lesbian Pocono Party at
70?
Yeah, you're up to
Nat
70.
Vanny.
He has to do that.
I know. Wow.
Yeah, well.
A little Pocono party.
We're going to try the hot lesbian Pocono party. Let's say hi to Max in Dallas. What's up, Max?
$50, the Maxwell kid picks his nose.
Can I say how funny it is on Whackbag that so many of these sig pics now, they just have picked the 3-shot of him digging and eating in their little
in their posts?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Nat Vanny.
How great would it, they probably couldn't put that on a billboard, but that really would be wonderful on a billboard.
That really would be.
That would be great. You know what? That picture of him picking his nose and eating it, I wish I had a shop that made flyers, because to print flyers like that and put them all over the place.
Just put them all over. Oh, is that great?
Let's go to Joe in Cleveland. Joe, what's up?
Hey, good morning, boys.
Good morning, Joe.
Hey, I was going to let you know that the afternoon drive guy at WTAM 1100 in the afternoons here in Cleveland was even making fun of Maxwell yesterday. I mean, every time they would go to the traffic and weather on the 10s, they kept talking about how every other word out of Maxwell's mouth is dude. Every time they were doing that, they kept going, dude, what's the traffic light? Dude, it's backed up on 90. Dude, it's backed up on 77.
At this point, he is the laughing stock of Cleveland radio.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
He completely is the laughing stock. You're right.
He's the laughing stock of Cleveland radio.
That's all I got, boys. Punch it out.
Thank you, sir.
The cooler he tries to be, the more of a douche he comes off as.
Hey,
just a douche.
Ryan in Cleveland, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, I saw that somewhere on one of the websites they had his home address.
Okay.
And then what they should do is find out what his neighbors' addresses are,
and
send gay porn to those houses with his name on it.
I don't think you're able to do that. There are limitations, sir, to what you can and can't do.
Yeah. Well, we don't want any of our pests to get arrested.
Whatever the pests are doing,
they're doing.
They're autonomous.
Yeah.
They do whatever they do. As far as phone calls go, things like that, phone calls to the station, that's completely legit. You could call a radio station, you could call a radio show, have fun with it. But other things, you got to watch yourself. So
yeah.
that's
Plus,
what
the
we're
neighbors
saying.
didn't do anything wrong. They just happen to live next to a douche.
Yeah. Poor bastards.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Come on. Turn down your music. I'm trying to sleep here. I got to get up early. Hey, man.
God almighty. That's why he's got apnea, because he caved in his septum with his finger. You don't get your finger out of your nose. I have to put that, or I'll wind up tickling my brain at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't even realize I'm doing it. Stansbury.
What's his stupid sidekick's name?
Stansbury.
Stansbury, Nat Benny. Pick my nose, Stansbury.
Just to motivate the pest just a little bit.
You guys got the Maxwell show? Yeah, Maxwell show. Who's this?
Hey, this is Justin.
What's up, man?
Hey, man, I'm so tired of Opie and Anthony and all this stuff. They got these pests bothering you every day now. Oh, man, I wouldn't stand for this.
Dude, it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's
really
pests really aren't that big of a deal. They're not. It's not like they're coming out in flocks. It's not like they're everywhere.
It's
what
really
are we
not
gonna
that
do?
big of a deal, ultimately.
You know what I mean? They're nothing to run from. I'll tell you that.
You know, because at the end of the day, we can shut the phones down and do a radio show.
Right.
Yeah.
Which eventually we're probably gonna do.
Why is that fun?
Wait.
Yeah.
He's covering up
Yell,
some
wheeze,
emotions there.
chuckle.
They don't even laugh real.
Right.
They don't
No.
laugh real. Why didn't the whole chime in?
All right.
Maybe
Yeah.
she made a witty remark. Maybe that's why they laughed. Maybe she did something off camera.
It had to be hysterical.
Well, there you go, Pass. You heard from him. You guys are no big deal. All right. We'll see what they got planned.
No big
next.
deal. They could just, at the end of the day, it's night.
Turn the phone off. If you got to shut your phone off, and the station has to remove their phone numbers from the website, it's not going
And
well.
remove the email addresses.
Yeah, 404 error not found.
You know what's really sad, too? We haven't had one Maxwell listener call our show.
Yes, please.
Not a one.
Where are the Maxwell listeners?
Not a one. All right, we got to take a break. We got Nick DiPaolo here and Louis C.K. Got a very,
Right.
very, very busy show today. It's Opie and Anthony. Stay there. Wow. We're back with the Opie and Anthony show. What's the matter? Forcing food down your throat.
Yeah, man.
Not healthy.
Got something stuck in the back of my throat.
Not healthy.
Damn.
What's the weather out today? Not sunny. Not sunny. Not sunny.
He's got to do an impression of himself to diffuse what a hack he is.
What's your favorite cartoon? Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny. What a douche.
I like my eggs.
That guy.
I like my eggs.
Kinda runny.
Ronnie.
Kinda runny.
Oh, you had that one?
Oh,
sorry, Danny.
You like being in one market? I want to make more money.
More money.
Listen, we got a couple things to do. We had an animation contest that we didn't take very seriously because the radio station kind of blew it here in New York City. They really did. They decided that 2 weeks is plenty of time for an animation contest. It was for the movie Be Kind Rewind, and we didn't announce the winner because we were like, ugh, this contest sucked. The animations were great that came in the 2-week period, but we really thought the animation contest should have lasted at least a couple months to get really, really good stuff and really take advantage of the fact that people are animating bits from this radio show.
Takes a while.
But I guess we do have to announce a winner from the Be Kind Rewind animation contest. But with that said, we are putting together an animation festival for sometime in May. So the animations should continue to come in. Right, Steve? What do we got? What's the latest info on the animation festival?
Well, yes, thank you. We're scoping out venues in the city this
week. He looked at Anthony and went, "Can I talk?"
I just said yes because I was while he was adjusting the mic, and he wouldn't talk until he looked over at me, and then just, "Can I talk?" Whoa, Steve's in a bit of a tiz today. It's in a bit of a tizzy.
So we're looking at venues this week in the city, and we should have a decision by hopefully the end of the week as to where we can do it.
And how much prize money we got so far?
$2,500 so far, but we're looking at a lot more.
Yeah, we want the prize to be way up there.
So we're looking. Why don't we have somebody who does that, like looking? I don't know why
we do.
Who?
We do. It's Will from the other side is helping do it, and but it's all about cost. You know, we got to figure out how much money there is to spend, and then we got to figure out a room that will.
We're trying to do the event for free, Jimmy.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
if we go with a ticket, then it's easy. We call all our pals. We we called the gang, and they'll get a venue like that. But we're trying to do a free animation festival.
Steve's going to kill someone today.
How come you don't like Sam filming you? I think we all document our moments here.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, Jimmy.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
Sam, film all you want. Be my guest.
Oh, Jimmy. No.
All right. Well, Steve, you didn't give enough info, though.
Yeah.
So we got the Animation
beer.
Festival. We're hoping for mid-May. We're going to have a big display at a venue that holds maybe up to 2,000 people. Then we're going to show the animations. It's going to be a great, great time for everybody. A really good cash prize. Some of our comedian friends hopefully performing. We'll have to figure that angle out.
No.
And we need people to mail in their entries physically because we need broadcast quality. So that's a huge file. You can't email it. So the address is Opie and Anthony Show, 111 West 57th Street, Suite 500. New York, 10019.
And is that info up on ONARadio.com?
It will be.
And is it up on the website that we can't promote?
It sure is.
All right, cool. We really want this thing to take off. All right. With that said, the lame animation contest that the radio station in New York did, even though we got some great entries, we need to announce a winner officially for the $2,000 courtesy of Be Kind Rewind. Jimmy's Glasses and Bob Kelly's Iraqi Werewolf.
Yeah.
Sent in. Well, Jimmy's Glasses was sent in by Rob from Brooklyn, and Bob Kelly's Iraqi Werewolf sent in by Rhett from Jersey. They pretty much tied for third place.
That's all you should announce.
Yeah, that's it. Just tied for third. And thank you. And punt. And punt.
And the winner of the animation contest, wow, this is exciting.
The winner?
Do we have a drum roll or anything? It was between New Names by Andrea from Ohio. All these animations are up on ONARadio.com.
Yeah.
And 1950s Future.
The Future.
By Adam from Jersey.
Yes.
Second place went to New Names.
By
Andrea from Ohio. And the winner of the $2,000 courtesy of Be Kind Rewind.
Yes.
Congratulations to Adam from Jersey for the 1950s Future animation. Yeah, exactly. And you can see these animations once again on ONARadio.com. But that's not the end of this.
Wait, who was third?
We'll list them all up on ONARadio.com.
Kevin Robertson from Mastic.
Right.
Beautiful Mastic.
Really fast before we introduce these guys. So let's make it perfectly clear. The Animation Festival will happen sometime in May, and we're going to make this into a really big deal. Okay? So keep animating and send them in. The info should be up on the website that is named after this radio show that we can't promote for some reason.
Yeah.
Because there might be some nudity on there. Let's say hi to Nick DiPaolo and Louis C.K.
Hi, ladies.
Can I just read what was just handed to me?
What was handed to you, sweetie?
Can I read it out loud what was just handed to me?
Yeah.
Reminder, can't talk about tasting, smelling, manipulating human waste. Also, no insertion or penetration in general.
All right, I didn't get any notes.
See? When I walk in, I get this.
Louis C.K. is getting notes now.
We call him Dirty Louis.
Exactly.
Well, we think it's hilarious.
Post it.
We think it's. I think you have the dump record officially, and we think it's hilarious. But then we started really looking at this and going, "Wow, man, people are not hearing
I'm
huge
ruining
chunks
the show.
of the radio show."
I'm ruining the show.
Right.
It's like I'm a guy who walks in and just turns the switch off every few seconds. That's the sum total of it.
Let me just shut the transmitter down and then turn it back on
He
randomly.
comes in, he just keeps turning the volume down. All right.
You gotta watch it when you sit down low. Don't be a faggot from the staff.
Yeah. Smelling. Smelling is worse.
Yeah, I know. That is
Because
weird.
that's an accident. You don't mean to smell.
No, you just walk into it.
Yeah.
It's like
Of course.
you're there.
Let's
There's nothing
say-
you can do about
How
that.
is that offensive? How do
I
you
don't
smelling?
know.
I was smelling. It depends what you're smelling.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Right?
Easy.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
not-
it does depend.
Depends
on
and
what you smell.
smelling. That
Where's
could
easy
be
coming
dumped
from?
out
Is
right
that
there,
you,
Nick.
Opie?
No, me.
Oh, that was you.
Mr. Post-it.
Yeah, I got the A.
All of a sudden, I know the rules now.
Give him one now. He's getting ready to.
We're
I was smelling
getting-
a young.
All right, let's go to Drew in New Orleans. Drew, what's up?
Probably it.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Drew.
Hey.
I just want to make a guess for the AIDS outbreak. Is it in Vegas?
Yeah, way to wreck the bit. Thanks.
Oh, boy.
Drew, were we really looking for the real answer? Don't you know the show by now? Yeah, it was Vegas.
I could have said New Orleans right after Katrina, but unfortunately the National Guard got here and cleaned
let's
up.
go
But you
inside.
didn't have the balls.
You ruined it just
You
like
would've
your
offended
city was
some
ruined.
color.
Yeah. Let's go inside this phone call. you called in with the right answer. Now what's supposed to happen?
Self-ridicule, anything really.
Yeah, it was a clinic in Vegas.
Right answer's not funny.
Clinic in Vegas may have infected 40,000 with HIV
and
hepatitis, and they didn't know it. So a lot of people
happened
walking
in
around.
Vegas?
They knew it after 5.
Apparently, what happens in Vegas spreads like an
Spreads like an epicenter.
It's all it's on the chips.
So I can get ricin and AIDS if I go to the Monte Carlo this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, count me in. What a stupid hellhole that place is.
Oh, God.
What is
Ricin and AIDS?
Ricin and AIDS. Sounds like a lunch menu.
Or they're replacing Siegfried and Roy at the Mirage.
Ricin and AIDS.
Rice and AIDS.
Going backwards, Spike writes, get Steve some honey. Steve needs honey.
Honey.
More honey.
You know, I was supposed to go back on that show after that whole thing happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Oh, he made fun of you, right?
Well, I went on and he got mad at me for making fun of Eric Clapton's kid falling out of a window.
Yeah, right.
And
like that's not
he went on for for literally 2 days. He went on about how it was rude that I said it. But anyway, because I was playing Cleveland soon after that, and so his producer said he was going to, because he said that I did the bit in my act, which I don't.
Right.
He just lied and said that I do it in a special.
We found he does lie a lot.
Yeah. So his producer, who actually berated him during his show and said, you're sounding like a wimp right now, and his producer called and said that I could come back. He was going to apologize to me on the air because he told Maxwell, you're dead wrong. He doesn't do it. And so they set up that I was going to come on. He was going to apologize and say, my bad. This was my mistake. But then you guys, when you guys sent in the carpet bombing, then they wouldn't. I was sitting waiting for my phone. I was waiting to go on.
Great.
And they never called. And instead,
Not going to apologize.
Yeah, and then instead he went on, and apparently he'd gotten so many calls, he was so mad again. It's like, okay, apparently he doesn't do the bit in his act, but guess what? It's still wrong what he said, and he's got
Not funny.
Not funny.
Yeah. Look at the picture of him online because he is on a camera.
Oh, this is great.
The fans just video screen cap.
They screen capped 3 sequential pictures
of him picking his nose.
and then shoving it in his mouth. It's just
What?
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Wait a
How
minute.
fantastic is that? I'm hungry.
You'd think that you could pick your nose on the radio and be safe.
Yeah.
I didn't know boogers were that fattening either. Look at the size of it. Look at the size of that heifer. What's he got, sugar snot?
Boogers with cheese.
Jesus.
No, but the thing was that he said that the thing I said on the air was okay originally, but it was the bit I did in my act that doesn't exist that was offensive. Right. And then he went back and started playing the bit I did on his show, and he cut right before he laughs, because he laughed at it.
Oh, he did?
So he kept playing it, and you hear like you just hear the beginning of his laugh.
Well,
I'm not laughing.
Well, we could, now that you're talking about it, we could show the phone-in-ness that is Maxwell. This is exactly what Louis C.K. is talking about.
It's kind of frustrating.
Or else you would close the door, get privacy, and meanwhile they go jump out the window like Eric Clapton's stupid baby.
Oh, now see that right there.
That is Maxwell laughing his ass off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Now, see, Stansbury thinks that. I think that's a terrible joke.
Yeah, it happened forever and a day ago.
I don't care. I really don't
Terrible
care.
joke, but he's laughing.
God gave that guy one really good talent. He can play the guitar. He wrote a great song about it, made $1 million.
I don't care.
And then he makes a joke
I don't
about
care
it.
about any of it. I don't care about any of it.
And you're right, he does make his own joke.
He makes his own joke, which is I'm actually talking about that if you, as a father, if you don't watch your kids, they'll fall out of a window like Eric Clapton's baby. I called the baby stupid. By the way, the kid was 4.
Genius?
I used to think that kid was like a baby who crawled out the window.
Right.
4 years old.
Should know what that
4-year-old
is,
kid walked out of a window.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't
Little
upright.
Stupid douche.
Absolutely. Age of consent in some states.
Did that get dumped?
And here's that's fine. And here's the phoniness. So now you're off the phone, and then you know, he was laughing along, made his own joke.
Really nice to me for another 10 minutes after the joke.
Right.
He was super nice to me.
This is the phoniness.
He had a nice little save there at the end. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So now his voice changed. Now he's got to be like,
Well, yeah,
he's got to be cool shock jock now.
He's got to placate the, the soccer moms in the Midwest.
Of
and
course.
all those other
He had a nice
douches.
little save there at the end. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, it's still, though, at the end of the day, making fun of Eric Clapton's kid falling to his death is not.
But he laughed at it.
I gotta tell you, though. I gotta tell you, not him because I'm intimidated by everybody.
But I gotta tell you.
I gotta tell you because I pay you.
At the end of the day...
After mulling it over, I changed my mind. It's offensive. First it was funny, but then I did a picture of a baby.
Today, making fun of Eric Clapton's kid falling to his death is not funny.
Just
right?
a phony voice inflection.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, come on, Stansbury. At least give me that. That's not funny. Kids falling out of open windows and splattering on the ground is like.
I think he splattered.
Yeah, when you give all that detail,
Stansbury says something funny right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just want to say, when you give all that detail, of course it makes it go from a joke to...
When the EMTs show up and have to scrape a kid off the... okay.
When he gets killed like Gage in Pet Cemetery.
Little stupid Gage running out into the street.
Yeah.
Little baby intestines
on the ground is like. Well, I mean, he didn't paint that whole picture for you.
See, this guy's funny.
Stansbury's not funny.
Stansbury's funny. He's like, well, you're the one who brought up the ugly details.
He understands the difference between a joke and ugly details. Right.
Yes. The point. Let me explain humor to because I know he's listening to this. There's no way he isn't. Of course he is. I Google myself with my hand on myself all the time, so I know he does. Because I'm a better person than he is, so there's no way he doesn't at least do the bad things that I do. Let me explain humor to you. You use extremes to draw pictures. Hyperbole. I'm talking about how awful it would be if you're, as a father, trying to have a private poop and your kid is doing God knows what. And let's take the worst possible example of an unsupervised kid, a famously dead, unsupervised child. And let's call him stupid because it's comedy after all. Right. That's the idea there. But I didn't go like, hey, everybody, Eric Clapton's baby splattered on the sidewalk. Isn't that funny?
How funny is that?
Yeah, which it is. But that doesn't happen to be the joke I was making.
But there is a difference.
He didn't paint that whole picture for you. Well, but, I mean, that's what happened. He fell out of a skyscraper, right? In New York City, right?
Yeah, he walked
Skyscraper.
Skyscraper.
Skyscrapers. In the future, we will have skyscrapers. Dirigibles will dock at the roof. What a tool to skyscrapers.
Hey, they try to
year is it?
Hey, they try to get that done with the Empire State Building.
Yeah, they certainly did.
They wanted them to dock.
They tried once.
Right.
Just failed miserably.
Anchor them at the top of the Empire State Building and let them hang
Who's
out
stepping out on that one? Hey, watch your step as you step down and plummet to your death.
Like mooring a boat, you have to jump on the ledge of the Empire State Building and tie it down.
Bunch of dummies.
Our ancestors were stupid.
Go to the airport, thank you.
Didn't he fall out of a plane like D.B. Cooper? Not funny.
Not funny.
Well, I mean, he didn't paint that whole picture for you. Well, but, I mean, that's what happened. He fell out of a skyscraper, right? In New York City, right?
He walked out of the window.
Yeah, he was dusting in the attic of the Chrysler building. He leaned on a storm window. He leaned against a storm window in the Chrysler building, you dink.
He's an iron worker. He was throwing hot rivets to another guy.
He was smoking out the window of Tower 1 of the World Trade Center.
Yeah, what the hell?
Hey, what the heck?
Skyscrapers. Someday.
Little baby walking in his pajamas with feet along a steel beam.
With a lunch pail and a hard hat. Not funny.
Like some dumb old cartoon where the baby's just crawling along.
You just hear
Mr. Magoo, baby. Oh, well, I guess just go around here.
We can't get enough of this Maxwell guy.
My pacifier.
We can't get enough of this guy. It's just too much fun.
Baby Clapton, you've done it again.
Baby Clapton.
Yeah. He's the laughingstock of Cleveland radio, and the Pasadena are just running his life at this point.
Baby Clapton, you're... Slide whistle's always funny.
But then a girder catches him right before he hits the ground.
Yeah,
he still splatters and dies. It's funny.
Now they just have to lower the girder with the mess on it.
Exactly. I did the show in Cleveland, by the way, and it was completely packed and sold out. I mean, he helped me. He sold at least 400 of my tickets.
Yeah.
Half the crowd was moms and their kids.
Exactly. And when I came back out for an encore and I said, hey, how about I just said Eric Clapton's baby, and the place went nuts.
Yeah.
They just went
that means
crazy.
He didn't help you. That means
right.
We helped you.
No, you're exactly right.
What is wrong with you?
Nick, what's the matter?
You got all those fans there because of the Opie and Anthony show.
Of course,
especially
that's why.
If you make the Eric Clapton
No, I know,
joke and
but they were
everyone's cheering, that means
energized.
they're Own A fans, not Maxwell fans.
I know. They were energized.
Help us out
by,
here,
by-
Louie.
They were energized by hatred of him. I don't mean that he promoted my show.
United in
I mean
hatred.
that he created a situation where...
Because this lying ass will now take that audio and make something.
No,
of it.
He's the laughing stock of Cleveland, obviously, but now the country.
And he's
This is
trying.
wonderful.
He's trying the angle of, well, if you want to play us nationally, we could use the publicity. You stink.
Yeah, you're horrible.
You're not a funny guy.
No, it's the opposite
I don't
of
know.
promotion.
I think he's kind of funny.
Got some comedy chops. If he was any good, we wouldn't play him. We don't want to expose good people to the country.
Oh, yeah, we're not dumb.
Jesus, what do you want to
No.
think? Here, look at this. This guy's much better employee than I am. Check him out, boss. You don't do that.
Speaking of not funny, we should get their opinion on the whole mastic thing.
Not funny.
We had another DJ that had to apologize at a press conference. He had to do a book report about this town
They
mastic.
made him do like a pretty
Where's
much
that
the equivalent
story?
of a book report for
You'll
mastic.
find this interesting. Because you actually do
I
a
don't
bit
know
about
nothing.
something like this.
What is it about?
The radio jock got on the air and he took a call from Mastic. Now out here on
Mastic?
out on Long Island,
It's not
there's
a
a
pretty
town
town.
that is just it's kind of below the level of income that places should be, and
But he called it white trash.
Yeah, he actually said here's the whole thing. A woman called up and said he told her, "Do your pipes freeze in the winter underneath your trailer?"
Yeah.
She said, "I don't live in a trailer," and that was it.
That was the whole line.
That was it.
Are you kidding me?
So he had to apologize
So
for
he got suspended. and
Yeah.
they were
For
taking
saying to your pipe.
for implying that people in Mastic live in trailers. And do you know this? Mastic is not zoned for trailers. We learned
Well,
that.
then he should have been suspended because that's a false statement.
Of course.
That's information.
I've been to Mastic plenty of times. It's what I would describe and what people describe as white trash.
Is that near Shirley?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Quinn's always joking about Shirley. That's where his cousin lives, Tim Gage.
Tim's from Shirley?
Yes. So he said it's the worst.
Everyone from Mastic and Shirley tries to pick another place close by that
Right.
they're from. They say, "No, I'm from like Medford
Is this
or
like
something."
where the area where like this is in Long Island?
Yeah, it's
like
pretty
this-
much when you run out of expressway.
So it's like where Queens starts to turn into Long Island.
Oh my God, no! It's so much
way
further
down.
than that.
It's almost near.
It's closer
Where
to
the
England than Queens.
It's close to the Hamptons.
out there.
It's close to the Hamptons. Here's the news story. It's 30 seconds.
Randy Spears, co-host of Long Island's WBLI morning show, came under fire last week after making trailer park jokes about people living in Mastic. He was pulled off the air last Thursday. At first, Spears refused to apologize, but yesterday met with residents face to face.
And when I made those statements, I was just trying to have fun with the listeners like I usually do. It was not my intention to hurt an entire community.
Randy Spears says he spent the weekend driving around and found out that there are no trailer parks in Mastic.
So what?
Took his car in a carjacking and sexually assaulted him because many predators seem to live there.
But he did find out there are no trailer parks.
He sounds like a woman
Yes!
that's become a man.
I was going to say, why does he sound like an 80-year-old woman apart?
Who's had a sex change and become a man. That's
Well,
what-
if you look at the pictures on the website, hello.
Sounds like
I'm
changing name to-
blown away by that because I thought you were going to say that he said white trash and that somebody
He didn't even go that
decided-
far.
He didn't even. He just
He,
said.
he just made a trailer joke, and they wanted him fired. And the radio station said if he didn't apologize, they would have fired him for that.
And the
For that.
poor guy's got bills,
Right.
And he had to take back something that he had a right to say.
in the post,
Total right.
and it's only going to get worse if Barack or Hillary is president. Just remind you that. In the post, it said he said white trash. Well, he didn't say white. I was going to say, since when do you get in trouble for picking on white people?
No, he's
that's where I thought it
implying
was
that
going,
they
but
are
he
white
didn't-
trash.
Because in the post, they had him saying
Maybe he
white
did
trash.
say it beforehand. I don't know. I didn't hear
Oh,
it.
I didn't hear it either. It wasn't in the quote.
Even if he did, who cares?
Yeah.
Right.
Who
No,
cares?
exactly.
It's
but,
just one of
but
those
you never
things.
get in trouble for saying white trash.
No.
Any other,
Any other group.
derogatory race. thing
Right,
is a
then
big
you're in
deal.
big trouble.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that
you're
becomes redundant.
allowed to say. I mean, the people. He should, even if he said people from Mastiff.
Right.
Mastic?
Or mastic.
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 I
Full
live in a
mastic.
dog.
Mastic.
People from Mastic are all awful.
Right.
And their lives are wretched.
Yeah.
And even though I've never been in a home, I'm confident in saying that none of their lives are good.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's
I'll
actually on
say
the
that
sign.
right now.
That's on the sign when you drive into the town.
Right under the population.
Picture of Tim
Welcome
Gage.
to Mastiff. Mastic.
It was such a throwaway line, and now this is what we do. We're dedicating our whole show.
The Rotary Club welcomes you to Mastic, where no one's lives are good on any level.
No one's happy.
Population, a big pile of crap. Full of people.
Now we just beat up the town relentlessly
Yeah,
for the next 3 or
exactly.
4 days.
We're less happy than a pile of skinny humans on black and white film from Germany.
Yeah. Yeah. And for the people of Long Island, don't tune in BLI anymore because you're not going to hear anything edgy.
Yeah.
You know, the station
Idiots.
management caved on this lame throwaway line. You're not going to hear any edgy entertainment over there.
No, nothing. You can't say anything now. What's his show going to be like now?
Who are their
my God,
advertisers?
how
Somebody calls
scared
in.
is
Where are
it
you
gonna
from? Mastic. Oh, nice.
It's a wonderful
Have a
place.
nice day.
Yeah. Wonderful. I'm sure your home is lovely.
Who are the advertisers that are trying to appease to these broke idiots? With it
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
clean? Does your wife have a black eye from not listening? Try covering it up with this. Things that help you beat a drug test. Morons.
Your baby falling out windows. But the trailers, they're not that
into
far.
the bushes.
Yeah. Just cry there for a while.
Falling out of a trailer is only a foot and a half.
And this has to
You
be.
know, that's a very profound point.
This
That
has
if
to
your
be-
baby falls out of a window and you're poor, you're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, you're set.
If
No
you're
problem.
rich, you're dead baby.
Yeah.
Because you were vainly rich.
You want to live on the 30th floor.
Yeah, then your kid's
Well,
going to
that's
die.
skyscraper.
I want to. I want to read this part of the article before we move on, because this guy Mark Smothergill wasn't satisfied with the big apology press conference.
Oh, wasn't he?
He says, "What happened today, other than that his job is secure?" The guy's pissed off at the apology and the press conference and wants more to happen to this guy.
See,
You know what
this
else
guy,
happened
Mark
today?
Smothergill.
Your mother shot herself for having you, idiot.
Yeah.
That's what else happened.
Right.
That was a good thing that happened in Mastic today.
Yeah. And then you had Paul Burchard, director of the, ready for this?
Yeah.
Patter Squash Creek Civic Association.
Pattersquash Creek?
What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. He pointed
Some
out that.
horrid,
I had
wretched
patter
thing.
squash actually yesterday.
Yeah,
It's
it's
delicious.
Good stuff.
And he was the one that pointed out that the trailer homes are not permitted under local zoning laws.
Patter
Yeah.
squash. I'll take the squash.
I guess. He's up Pattersquash Creek without a paddle, that fella.
Oh, there's patter squash in my panties.
See, so guys, I mean, this is all based in sensitivity, but now even guys have become as sensitive as, you expect it out of a soccer mom who's like 26, but now even the guys are just
jumping
a
in.
nation of faggots.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
I'll tell you, the feminization.
Hold on.
is
It's
exciting, in my opinion.
Hold on a minute.
What do we got?
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Joe, former cop. Mastic was his beat. What's up, Joe?
Realize you're sitting in the presence of greatness. I was a cop in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and after Operation Pressure Point, they pushed all that drug traffic over the Williamsburg Bridge into my precinct. Every junkie I locked up, cop and dope, came from three places: New Jersey, Maspeth, Queens, and Mastic, Long Island, baby. It was travel 82 miles for 3 bags of dope. I kid you not.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
There you go.
That's like a Woody Guthrie lyric or something. 82 miles for 3 bags of dope. That's beautiful.
Old folk song.
I was looking at some property in Mastic. So
Oh, yeah?
change that.
Guy called us yesterday. He said,
On the
please,
cheap.
please buy my home. I
Did
want
they
out of this hellhole.
Really?
Yes. I know you guys make a good living. Just buy my house, please.
Guy
should buy
lives
it.
in a lighthouse.
Yeah.
We should buy it. We should pool together money.
Just
and
buy the entire town.
just buy a house in Mastic and just put a billboard on the front. Just, you stink. You all stink. Change it every day.
Yeah.
It's another insult.
Hello, garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, we got someone that is very upset. Our first one.
Oh,
Oh,
sweet.
boy. Mark, what's up?
You guys are hurting my feelings talking about my town like this.
Oh, I wish he meant it.
I did too.
I was so getting. Yeah, I was getting all excited. I was taking a deep breath.
We were so excited.
My apologies.
I'm emotionally hurt. I bashed my head apart. My shoes came off.
Yeah, Sergeant G from Iraq writes, mastic equals no money. No money.
I gotta tell you.
It's safer to be in Iraq.
I gotta tell you. It's not funny. It's not funny.
It's not funny.
Not funny.
Ooga.
All right, we got to take a break. Nick DiPaolo and Louis C.K. in studio. What are we promoting, boys? We're promoting the Jerry Red Wilson Foundation Comedy Festival this Wednesday at Town Hall, right?
Yeah, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock.
Huge show.
Yeah, and tickets through what?
Ticketmaster. It's Louis, it's Nick, myself, Artie Lang, Kevin Meaney, Greg Fitzsimmons, and David Tell's on the show.
Yeah,
it's a really great show for a really good cause. And also, we're all going to Atlanta to do my show this Saturday.
No, that would just be.
And then we're going to Wilkes Barre.
Are you going to Wilkes-Barre?
Right. Is that what it is? Barry?
Fun town.
And then we're going to go to
Wilkes-Barre?
Tampa next weekend.
Oh, boy.
The Improv.
Well, you, the listener, figure out that.
All for Jerry Red. Go to nickdip.com.
Oh, my God.
I didn't know the guy, I got to be honest.
A cluster F of plugs. That's Opie and Anthony.
Call the Opie and Anthony Show. 866-WOW-1-WOW. 866-WOW-1-WOW. Cell phone and PDA users send your message to feedback at opieandanthony.com.
Right along with the Opie and Anthony Show. The instant feedback about mastic is unbelievable. And now it's coming in from all over the country. Boston's getting involved. Sam from Boston. I don't know how true this is, but he went to homes.com and looked up mastic. And he writes, the very last page, there's a home for sale for $1,900. I'm telling you. It's a brand new 4-bedroom, 1.5, 1.5 bath, sprawling ranch, completely renovated from the foundation up. The last line says, great for kids.
I
this
bet.
This can't be true. You can't buy a house for $1,900 in mastic.
I'm telling you.
Find that, E-Rock.
In Buffalo, you can. And you get like an indoor-outdoor pool, 71 acres. Me and Artie were up there about a year ago, and we were looking in the classifieds. We were on the phone with each other, crying.
Yeah, it makes you disgused that you live in New York.
Move into the governor's mansion.
Yeah. 23-bedroom with 12-car garage, 11.5.
11.5.
Indoor-outdoor pool, 71 acres with wheat on it. And corn.
You get slaves,
horses, a carriage house.
Comes with 35 souls. All hereditary.
Oh, my God. Oh, my gut just ripped open.
Oh, is that good?
I must jump in. No picture available, but I found the listing. $1,900, 4-bedroom, 1 full bath, a half a bath. Estimated monthly payment, $9.11. This can't be real. Come on.
I'm buying it.
I'm putting down 10%.
I'm buying. We gotta buy it.
Let's buy it right now.
The down payment, the minimum down payment would be $380. This can't be
Dude,
real.
we gotta buy it.
What's up, B?
That is my house
There's
now.
actually houses cheaper.
Come on. Really?
That have photos.
That have photos. Wait, here we go. And they're pissed off about this dumb throwaway comment.
I'll buy a house today. I'll just go there with cash.
I'm serious. Let's go buy a controlling...
Let's be neighbors.
Yes.
I have an idea.
Let's all buy a whole block.
Let's buy a controlling amount of real estate and become like the mayor. Take turns being mayor.
Mogul.
There's got to be something. It's not haunted or anything. There's hepatitis all over the...
Hold on. Let me jump back in. We did find a cheaper house. This one is 3 bedrooms, 1 full bath.
Oh, that's too small.
$1,650. Estimated monthly payment $7.91.
Can't afford that.
The down payment would be $330.
Let's buy a house.
I have the principal in my pocket to buy the house.
Buy a house. Let's buy a neighborhood. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
we'll all have houses next
Take a dozen.
No, seriously, it's like buying.
I'm like donuts.
Let's start a comedy cult in mastic. We all buy a house each.
It's like when you're playing Monopoly and you just go for Baltics.
Yeah.
You get Baltic and Mediterranean.
Baltic and Mediterranean.
You got a hotel.
You land on it every time. Come on. Yeah, 3 turns, you got a hotel, and then they land on it every time.
Yeah.
Come on, man, rent.
They're not telling you
$200
something there. There's power lines and like the last 3 families. Kids went bald at age of 4 or something.
The basement's full of radon.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the point. That's the town.
Yeah.
That's the town he was making fun of.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And he was right on the money.
They forced us to do this today.
How can you be offended when there's houses in your town for $1,900?
Here's what's hilarious to me is that this guy made a joke where he did a he applied a stereotype to how bad their town is.
Yeah.
A stereotype that turns out to be false. that there's trailers there. But the truth is way worse.
It's worse.
It's
than
way
that.
worse.
It's $1,900 houses.
A grounded home with a foundation costs $1,600.
Oh, no.
And now it's time for a mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
We got Rory from Long Island on the instant feedback. He writes, or she writes, I saw a 40-year-old woman get a DWI in the Waldbaum's parking lot in Mastic at 9 in the morning.
Nice. That's a prize.
That would be a supermarket for the rest of the country.
That's how awful it is there. They can't even. They don't even. Walmart won't even open there. They send a Waldbaum's.
Waldbaum's.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts.
People are already.
Moment
There's a one-bedroom.
Opie and Anthony show.
There's a one-bedroom apartment on Craigslist, I guess in Mastic, available for $99.
Are you kidding me? I got Rubbermaid products that are worth more. For Christ's sake, I spent $120 on Rubbermaid products when I had my apartment in Astoria.
Oh, God.
Oh, I had a couple of margaritas that ran me more than that.
Yeah,
I go, literally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I went to Jimmy's show,
Sure.
I tipped the waitress more than that just to keep bringing me drinks.
You could have had a one-bedroom instead.
I could have had a one-bedroom in Mastic.
Just to keep it coming tip.
That's it.
I gotta go.
Please keep the drinks
A
coming.
lot of people saying that they have to be rentals. They're not rentals, right, E-Rock? No. These are houses you could buy in Mastic.
Well, what's going on here?
I'm telling you, we buy them and we become like we do like the Dianetics people did in Clearwater. We just take over Mastic.
Comedy Village.
run everybody
and these
out.
houses are right on the water, by the way. That's what's really scary about.
Rename it Stink. Stinks. Stinks Long Island.
I want like Ville at the end. It's like Stinksville, you know?
No, just
Comedyville.
Just Stinks.
Bronxville.
Funnyville.
Stinks Long Island.
STINX.
Where you from? Stinks? You know where Stinks is?
And you put the toilet on the front lawn, and everybody has to take a dump on the front lawn while staring out at people walking.
Hey, we own the place. Why not?
We make it a whatever, you know, what do you call it? A law that a town has.
Oh, yeah, an ordinance?
An ordinance. City ordinance. You have to poo on the front lawn.
You have to have your toilet out on the front lawn. You just, good morning. You're sitting there with your paper.
Let's go to Marco.
Indoor defecating.
Marco in Queens, what's up?
The Stinks Tribune in your hand.
Hey.
Stinks Tribune.
Marco, go.
Oh, Marco.
Stinks Bugle.
I just purchased a mattress that costs more than those houses.
Your mattress costs more than a house in Mastic.
Nope. Yes.
That's true.
Nice.
All right, thank you, sir.
If you're walking past a empty lot in the Bronx, and there's a mattress with a burn in the middle, that's worth more than a house in Mastic.
The house in Mastic.
If you ask the bum laying there how much for that mattress, he'd have the dignity to ask more than they do for a home.
Why are they homeless?
What?
Any homeless guy. Any homeless guy could panhandle enough money to buy a house in Mastic.
Yes.
A shopping cart full of cans.
Right.
2-bedroom down here. What are you doing?
What the hell are they doing out there?
You deserve to be homeless.
Exactly.
Homeless guy could sell his old coat. Yeah. And have that big house down the end of the road in Mastic.
The welcome wagon comes to welcome you. Hi, welcome, neighbor. Where the hell do I get a booze? Still homeless. He just has a house.
Yeah.
You're at a $1,900 house. Your neighbor buys the $200, pulls the value of your house down.
Yeah. Goddamn bums.
Oh, my God.
Let's go back here.
And now it's time for a mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Tom on Long Island. Tom, what's up?
Tommy.
Boys, what's up?
Hey, Tom.
Hey, my neighbor, I lived in Essex till I was 6. My neighbor was 400 pounds, didn't have much hair, but what hair she did have was real long.
She
wouldn't let us out. My father wouldn't let us out in the yard like once a week because she used to mow the lawn topless.
Oh, my God.
I love this.
This should be like Amish. You know, people go to see the Amish in their village.
Yeah, and they watch them. They just watch them live.
You see people crapping on the front lawn, and bald, fat ladies with no shirts, and kids with cancer at 6.
That was
Because they smoke.
view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
A 6-year-old kid smoking out of the hole in his throat. He's already throat removed. He's already pushing around an oxygen tank, and it's because he smokes. It's not because of some chemical.
He's been trying to quit since he was 3.
He's got a patch.
That rattle in your chest or your hand?
No, if you did an ordinance where you did make people put their toilets on the front lawn, that would be an improvement. That would be a beautification.
Yes. They'd call you fancy schmancy.
Yeah, they'd be like, what are we putting on airs?
Yeah, these city boys.
Instead of having the Virgin Mary and the half shell, they put
We got a real estate agent on the line. Miles from Minnesota. What's up, Miles?
Yeah, hey, I just wanted to let you guys know, do you realize that the closing costs on those houses is 3 times more than the actual house itself?
Yeah. The closing costs is where they get you.
Lawyer.
Research on these things, man.
Oh, that's right. The lawyer that you'd have to hire and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just the pen that you use to sign.
More than the house.
More than a house.
I want to buy a house, though, there. I just want to have one.
What's up with those houses that cost less than $2,000? Something is up.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
what's up is that the place is horrible.
They're built on a pile of AIDS needles. And you're only allowed to be barefoot in that part of town.
Yeah, the city ordinance. Yeah, there's another ordinance.
Needles.
You gotta be barefoot. Yeah.
The foundation of the house is made of AIDS.
AIDS. Yeah, the whole thing's built out of puddle of AIDS.
Not funny.
Oh God.
I wonder if maybe they ran out of money and there's no sewer systems or something. It's still worth it.
Yeah. The rock bottom point here is that the fella had a right to to rib the town a little.
He should get fined for not doing,
for not doing
being
it
inaccurate.
Yeah, for not.
At least do your research. There's $1,200 houses being sold there.
I bet you. I want to see some pictures. Like on Sunday, you look through the paper.
Yeah.
I want to see some pictures in Mastic.
Yeah, where are those houses? It's just a facade perched up on 2x4s.
1/8 bedroom with aluminum pan for pooping.
Going to Mastic with a camera and just going and buying a home is worth doing.
Doing it. Take a camera with you.
What is it? 45 minutes from here?
Document the whole thing. It'll take about an hour.
Hey, we should get one of these homes for Pat from Menaki. Get him out of that trailer.
You want to live? He lives in a trailer right by the end of the runway at Teterboro.
I will buy.
It's horrible. Almost as bad as living in Mastic.
The great thing about homes like that is that that would get to him if you mailed him a letter, and you just write a trailer home right by the runway at Teterboro.
That's funny.
What?
We might be getting Mark Smothergill on the phone. Is it happening, Steve?
He's the guy making a big.
He's really mad that the guy didn't get fired.
Well, Mr. Smothergill.
Why would
is this Mark Smothergill?
Yes, it is.
Hi, welcome to the Greg and Tony Show. How are you, sir?
Greg and Tony Show?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Greg Hughes and Tony Cumia?
Oh, Anthony and Opie, you mean?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's another name for the program.
That's how we're going to start out. All right.
No.
Loyal listener and everything else, and that's how we're going to start out.
All right, it's the Opie and Anthony Show, and you're going to get beat up. How are you, sir?
Okay.
Why were you mad at the press conference that this guy didn't get fired?
No. That's not what I said.
Okay.
That's not what I said at all.
All right.
What I said is basically, I didn't care. No, I'm not a liar. Because I've lived through your suspensions.
Oh, wow. Damn it, I hate when they're fans.
So, and, what it came down to is they asked me what I thought if I accepted his apology.
Right.
And I didn't, because you still on CBS or you at XM?
We're on CBS.
Okay, so I'll keep it clean.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right.
This guy's a big fan.
Thank you, sir.
Don't listen to the replay today. We beat you up for about a half hour.
I figured you would, but I know you're fair. I mean, I saw when Whoopi came on. You would not that I'm comparing myself to Whoopi. I don't have any kind of wild hair.
Why does everyone have to be a fan of our show?
I hate that.
We poke fun at your name and your rosy cheeks.
Yeah, we thought you were a professor at Hogwarts.
Oh, come on.
And that you practice wizardry.
I'm an alarm installer. I have my own company, and I install alarms.
All right, Mark.
Must be a pretty lucrative business out in Mastic.
Doing great.
Mark,
alarm installer.
Protect that $1,900 house.
Hey, let's not pick. I mean, it could be a tin.
Why not?
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, this guy's a huge fan. Mark, listen, because we're running out of show here. Like, you seem to be really upset still, but if you listen to this radio show, you got to know how to take a joke.
I don't worry about the joke. I said I don't care about the context, how he said things. What I didn't like is the fact He had enough balls not to apologize on the air in the first place.
Right.
Then he came out and had this great written apology that everybody made a big deal about how it's his apology and how he came out and he toured all these different places and toured the William Floyd estate. It's closed till springtime. I've lived here for 25 years. If he was at the gate and he toured it and he's telling us how wonderful it is, it looks like crap outside the gate.
Yeah, but so you just think he's being disingenuous?
I think he's full of crap, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so you're not insulted by his making fun of Mastic. You think he's being phony now. Is that the thing?
I'm not thrilled about him picking on Mastic because, I mean,
why?
We're an easy pick. But you know what?
So that it makes it more fun.
Wait, Mark, let me explain what happens in these situations. The station made him apologize. He wasn't going to apologize,
Absolutely.
but they basically said, you're going to be fired unless you read this statement that our lawyers put together.
Right, and I told them, when I spoke to the news, I told them, I didn't care that he was fired. I didn't care about any of that.
Fired.
What I cared about, or even suspended. I didn't want him suspended. I don't know the context of his show. Don't listen to it. I told them at the time I listened to your show. We had other people that complained, well, Opie and Anthony jumped on the bandwagon, which I knew you would, because you're not into people getting suspended or fired for things because it's something that's near and dear to your heart.
But, Mark, at least we're doing our research in how horrible Mastic is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing.
had it coming, man.
Your people in your town put pressure on. This guy had to go back on something he said because he's got a job and he has bills to pay. And they couldn't take a really light joke about their town, which is...
If you knew anything about the area...
Who cares? Who cares about the area?
Yeah, Mark, it doesn't matter.
Who cares?
It's just a joke.
People can make a joke that Mastic is just a pile of poop and not know anything about it, and then the people in Mastic should hear it and go, oh well, I'm going to go live my life now.
That's the thing about this area. It's been so fractured for years.
So what? It's just words. It's just a radio DJ making fun of a stupid town where you can buy a home for $1,600. So who cares?
That's not true, and it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, we're looking, and apparently you can buy a house for $1,600 there.
That's what we found it online.
You can't buy a house out here.
We're a little confused.
But we're
that.
online, and there are houses for sale in Mastic for $1,600. I don't understand how this is possible, but I want like a dozen. I want to buy a bunch of these houses.
6-pack of houses.
My wife sells real estate on the side. Trust me. If
She
there were
must be
houses for $1,600,
Even if it's not true.
We're going to buy one of these houses, and we're going to force all the town people to take their dumps in the house.
That's what we decided.
Yeah, we're going to have everybody, we want an ordinance where toilets go on the front lawn.
Not even, no, you just walk in the house and just do
the
what you
whole
have
house
to
is
do.
a toilet.
That's
The bottom line is
Our goal is to try to fill it up to the ceiling with poo.
It could be worse. It could be the dumpy area you used to live in Boston that I hear you talking about all the time.
Oh, Ashland.
So that's okay.
Hey,
that's
believe
the
me.
whole point. Who cares even if it's true? People make fun of a town, and then that town goes and shuts up. I mean, who cares? It's just a town full of babies that should just die in a pile.
You know why it's good that people stood up and said something?
Why is that, Mark?
Not good.
Because we've been beaten down so long.
Oh, big deal.
Poor
Jesus.
babies.
Grow up. Grow some thick skin.
Move out of Mastic.
You're the
jump
prop of
out
the country.
But Mark,
Congratulations with
But
Hillary.
Mark, because you guys stood up for your town, we just made it a lot worse the last couple of days.
Yeah, just drink Drano.
We're paying tribute to Mastic all week.
Yeah, you better listen to the show because now we're getting to know your fine
I'm
town.
going to be your neighbor, and I'm going to rename the town Stinks.
We have an offer. Come out. We have a bus tour of the area. You want to talk intelligently about it?
No.
Why bus tour? Is that the bus that the sheriff drives?
Yeah.
on the way to Riverhead?
It's like jungle habitat. You can poke them and they talk to you.
Is that the jitney to
Oversensitivity is killing this country, all right?
Yeah.
Quit being a
Who would
thin-skinned
listen
baby.
to a radio show where they talk intelligently
Yeah, grow
about
up.
a town? That's not entertaining.
Yeah, we like to make poo jokes. All right, Mark.
All right, Mr. Smothergill.
I'll get back. The armory that you have in your house.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever.
It's to protect myself from the people of Mastic.
You've been deballed. Go look for your balls behind the house.
At least he came on the show. Thank you, Mark.
All right, Mark.
Keep listening.
Get yourself a better showbiz name.
I hope you get sick from the fertilizer that you don't have on your lawn.
We got to talk about Boston, but we're running out of show. You just
talk about it.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, they were great for you, right?
Louis C.K. fans were awesome. They came to the show, and I have these friends from. I have a varied audience. Some of them are nerdy, and some of them are parents, and then there's O&A.
Right.
Like always a third of the audience.
Right.
And my nerdy, kind of Harvard-y friend from Boston was like, "Who are these meatheads who come to see you?" And I was like, "That's my guys, the O&A guys."
They were awesome, though. They
Yeah, they
sit
were
there,
great.
they understand comedy, and they're
always
just
do.
amazing, right?
They are.
Because you filmed your comedy special in Boston, and
I
the fans
did,
came out in
I
droves.
did 2 shows, and it was 2 of the best sets I've ever had.
Awesome.
And so I thank them. They came and they really supported. I mean, they bought tickets in like 10 seconds. It was
Right.
great.
Very cool. Our music ended. We got to get out of here.
Oh.
So, Nick DiPaolo. What are we doing? The Jerry Red Festival?
Jerry Red. Well, it's a foundation.
Foundation,
Yeah,
Jerry Red
yeah,
Foundation, this
tomorrow
Wednesday
night.
at Town Hall.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, Town Hall. All right, that's it.
Bye.
Bye.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
In the world of radio shock jocks, the biggest are Opie and Anthony.
These people say shocking things that border on offensive in order to entertain their offset.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio Bad Boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
There was some dude who liked horses and liked the radio show and named his horses after us.
And then let him starve.
And then let him starve.
Great.
Kind of like what we're doing to the listeners.
Starving them of entertainment.
They are sick freaks.
Bobby, please look. There's one part we want you to see. That's easy. Oh, you okay?
Where entertainment is going.
These guys are watching porn.
Oh, Jesus. What are you talking about?
We're done. We're out.
What just
It's time for people to understand these are words. If you don't like them, turn the dial.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Wow, that would be really cool. Here we are at XM Satellite Radio. We're just getting word that I think we're getting Bubs and Omar from The Wire for tomorrow's show.
Yeah.
Whoa.
At 8 o'clock.
I mean, they're no Nick DiPaolo or Louis C.K., but still, it's a big get for our show.
We're very happy.
I heard that's
Extremely
a terrific show.
happy, yes.
That reminds me of good times.
You've never seen The Wire?
No, I'm going to do what Jimmy did. You didn't really watch The Sopranos when they big, but then you bought the whole thing, right?
I finally caught up in season
That's what I figured
I'm
I'm
going to
doing
do.
too. I never really saw it.
I'm going to bang it out. Ignore my wife for a month.
I'm banging it out right now. I'm 4 episodes into the second season.
Oh, you're already in season 2?
Yeah, I'm moving fast now. I'm doing 2 to 3 episodes a day.
That guy that plays Omar, though, he's in that bad movie I wrote with Chris Rock.
What movie
He's
is it?
good.
Really?
He's good in it. He's
Which
good
movie?
In it.
Is he?
I Think I Love My Wife.
Oh. He was in that?
Yeah. He plays this
I don't remember.
ex-boyfriend of the guy that his chick is dating.
He was also
Yeah,
on-
he's really mean and nasty. He's great.
Faux show.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
he's intense.
I could have got the call on that one.
Film me. Michael K. Williams and Andre Royal. And I don't trust it because we're supposed to get another guy from season 4 who's become a big star in seasons 4 and 5. If Roland fucked that up and got my hopes up from Michael K. Williams, I'm gonna bite Roland's fucking.
Who's
Michael
Roland
K.
should know
Williams.
better, too, not to
Michael
get
K.
your
Williams,
hopes
Omar.
up. No, it's Omar.
Yeah, Michael K. Williams. Omar.
No, I'm going to
This
just
is
call him Omar.
80% sure, Jimmy.
I'm calling him Omar the whole time.
We should only talk about his role.
He's going to shit if
in
it doesn't
Gone
happen.
Baby Gone. He had a very small part as a cop in Gone Baby Gone.
Yeah,
we
he
should
was the
only
good
talk
cop.
about that.
He was the good cop, and his brother in Gone Baby Gone was
I
like
gotta
the
see
Omar
that movie.
character. Yeah.
Oh, it was awful.
Hey,
it stunk. Did it? It was
I liked
Mystic
Gone Baby
film.
Gone. It wasn't that bad. There's worse movies.
Oh yeah,
Well,
sure.
it wasn't.
That should be the quote in the on the ad. There's worse movies.
There's worse
Anthony
movies.
Cumina.
And the star of Gone Baby Gone
What's
is
your
in
name?
season
Cumia?
2 of The
Cumia?
Wire.
Whatever the fuck it is. Makes a big difference.
Dago name. Just another WAP name.
Yeah. Anthony Italian.
I saw a great movie last week.
What movie?
That's what they should have done. Sorry, we're
Best
having two
film I've seen in
conversations.
like 10 years.
The show just doesn't listen. It's all right.
I apologize.
The listeners will pick what conversation they want to go with.
Yeah, do it in stereo and just split it.
We're the worst at listening to each other. It's
All right.
amazing. Well, what do you want to do? What were you guys doing? Because you were
I don't
doing two.
remember now.
And then Nick
I was
doing
making
something.
fun of his name being
Italian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you want to see a great movie,
You're Italian?
Practical Magic
Sorry, see, I'm
with Sandra Bullock.
Practical Magic with Sandra Bullock. It's really
I
good.
put that right above Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah.
Right below Cuckoo's Nest.
Anything with that Sandra Bullock.
She's good,
It's just
though.
magic.
I mean, yeah. What was the Dennis Leary of Two If by Sea?
that was
good.
so terrific.
Boy, can she pick 'em.
I like the Lake House myself.
Oh God, that is the worst thing I ever saw.
Was that horrid?
Just they don't even. It's based on a really hard to sell premise, and they don't even try.
What's it about?
It's a lake house.
It's about
And
mastic. A two-bedroom in mastic.
It was bought for $1,200, and it was a piece of shit. And the
owns-
mailbox.
She,
She owns it in like Now Times.
It's so bad.
And what's his name? Keanu owned it
Like a few years
a
before.
few years before.
It's not even like a man from the 40s who owned it.
Hello, what is this?
It's like a
note?
few
I hope
years
it's not
before.
from a Negro.
Yeah.
But and they'd send letters to each other in the mailbox of this place, and then they figured out like they were in different times.
Like she would put a
But they
letter
fell
in the
in
mailbox.
That happened to me once.
Did it?
Wait, she would put her mail in the
This
mailbox.
email.
She put it.
This sounds good.
She put
Oh,
a
it's great.
letter in the mailbox. Which who does that anyway?
Yeah.
I don't.
And then it was
know.
just gone. She put the flag up or some shit.
What it was
you're
is that
kidding me.
what it
Yeah,
was is that
that was the big dramatic
Oh,
part.
you're fucking kidding me.
he wrote a letter saying I can't even do it.
That she lived there, and she's like, "No, I'm living here." So they kind of figured out that they lived in a different time in the same house, and kind of fell in love over this.
that always happens.
And, yeah, of course, by mail. He should have just dropped a load in the mailbox. She opens it up, puts her
That's a
hand
big
in,
shit.
and just gets a fucking load of cum in her
Here's your
hand.
delivery. There's your
Here you
timeless
go.
love, you cunt.
There you go.
Or a mousetrap. A mousetrap with fucking AIDS blood on it. Here you go, slut.
Here's
Take
your
an acting
time
lesson.
traveling splooge.
So they
He
kind of
said
made
something
this
to the
deal.
woman playing her.
Yeah, you did a great job in Speed, too, you fucking hole.
They kind of made this deal
is the
for him to
fucking
meet
worst.
her,
Yeah.
and he winds up getting hit by a car and dying or some
Yes.
shit.
No, but the thing is, where they destroy the
The happy
premise, which is bad anyway, is that they wanted to start having to be able to have conversations that are like instead of long letters.
Yeah.
It's just bad dialogue. So they want to
Yeah.
be able to go, so how are you doing? I'm fine. How are you? So they just stand there and each put one in, like, right, I'm okay. How are you? Put the letter in. And then the other person gets it and says, oh, that's nice here. And then they start talking really fast back and forth.
Yeah,
And
how
the
the fuck did
flag
that happen?
magically goes up and down.
Yeah.
And one of them dies with a
wait.
paper cut.
Oh, I see. They're in different times in the same house, just writing letters to each other.
And the mailbox has this magical ability to transport the
fucking
letters.
How just put the
across
fucking one
several
walkie-talkie.
months.
Put one walkie-talkie in the fucking
Yeah,
mailbox
exactly.
and stand out it with another one,
Yeah.
and you can talk to each other or some shit.
Exactly.
Try
That's a
things.
horribly tedious fucking
It
plot.
sucked dick. This
Yes.
movie.
How about send a photo of your 20th century pussy?
Yeah.
I never heard of the camera yet.
Send a photo of your cunt in a racing form. Stop wasting my time.
The fucking stock sheets. Let me know what stock I should buy, you dumb cunt.
Send me a picture of your mouth around the genitals of a Negro.
Oh my God!
We don't
This
get
show
that
is
on this time.
unbelievably
Ah,
good.
it's
I know.
just gotten horrific.
How does the
know.
dumb movie end?
He
Go
dies. He gets hit
splash.
by a bus.
Well,
Or she stops him from getting hit
That's
by
how
a
it
bus.
starts. It starts with somebody getting killed in the road, and Sandra Bullock is with her mother, I think, and looking out and going, "Oh, that's kind of a horrible thing." You don't realize at the time that that's him.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie,
You
it turns
realize-
out through everything that had happened, he was coming to meet her, and then because of that,
And
she
he's-
saved him
and
from
So you don't
killed by the-
realize until 20 minutes in that it's him.
And he's
you go,
killed-
oh, I get it.
Yeah,
He's going to
all
get
right,
hit.
I
Really
get it.
killed by a bus?
Yeah.
Which is ironic.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Fucking
Because there's
Speed. Speed.
buses.
that is just.
I forgot about that. They were in that together, huh?
Both
right.
of them.
Oh, this one was-
You can't make a fucking movie without a bus in it, that dumb whore.
I want to.
We want to do a station wagon.
It's in a rider.
Yeah, it's in a ride.
There has to be somebody that dies by bus in my movie.
I want to give props to Drudge. Holy shit, go to Drudge. It has, I saw this morning. It has a picture of Hillary, and underneath it, it says C-Day.
I know.
Oh, nice.
It says C-Day.
What is
That's
this?
good.
What's that supposed
That's funny.
to mean? Yeah, exactly.
I just said it to you on the
That's
way
right.
over here.
Yeah, they are doing that on purpose. It's a big day for Hillary. It says C-Day.
But why do they call it? What's the straight
She's
line?
a cunt.
Is there any other way to look at it?
That is the straight line.
No, but so there isn't like some double. This is a single entendre calling her a cunt.
I just said to him on the way over here, we should have a new. He was talking.
We were talking
about
newspaper. To do a newspaper like the Post, but that's just goes further. Just wave. Have her there on the cover.
Her.
Just write C.
That's what I
see. And that's what he was saying. C in quotes, and then you turn the page and it says by C we mean cunt.
That's so weird that you just. That's fucking bizarre, man.
That paper would sell.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
we should have said it on the air because we probably threw away $1 million.
God damn it!
There's some millionaire listening, and
you'll be going down the street tomorrow.
It's gonna be by the time we can leave here. It's gonna be extra.
The guy hands it to you with a
extra.
Yeah, we would
get C.
We'd get old-fashioned paper boys with knickers.
The short pants. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought you were continuing the theme of the show today.
No, we're not gonna hire them.
Extra.
Hillary Clinton's a cunt.
Would you like a
Get your
paper,
copies
sir?
here.
That would be a wonderful newspaper.
It would be amazing.
The Daily Shitting Mouth.
Exactly.
Oh, God. There's a good picture of her. Oh, they are really fucking mean.
They love fucking with her with pictures in the newspaper.
He looks so awesome.
Look at him. He's got sunglasses on like he's fucking,
he looks like Malcolm
Will
X.
Smith, Malcolm X. Look at that turkey neck on that pig.
And she's
Look at that.
She's pulling her
She looks
chin
like
in.
she's about to blow chunks onto my balls, I hope.
She had like 12 pounds of Chinese food in a six-pack before she went to bed.
Look at those horrible
40
chins.
pounds of
She looks
sodium in her
like-
gullet.
That's like Kevin Meaney.
That's just because you just lean back. We've all done the lean back in a picture and look horrible.
Exactly.
You just look horrible.
I'm like
I don't
this
want
now.
the chocolate.
Every time somebody takes a picture, I'm like this.
Oh, yeah, I stick my
stick
chin
your
out.
chin
I'm like a fucking ski jumper.
Yeah.
It's about to land.
Hey, let's get E-Rock in here, because talking about Obama, supposedly Limbaugh said something pretty outrageous.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
He
See,
just laughed at something.
We're just getting this
He
line.
laughed at something somebody else said.
This is how we get the line on the air without getting fired, by the way. Wow, look at the young Hillary. Wow. Jeez. Hello. What? She hasn't looked like that in 10 to 12 years.
Nice astronaut.
Still not really good.
No.
Still not
never good.
Even
Even
youth, she limits your. Well, that's not bad.
Even,
I would come in that hair.
Even youth doesn't help her.
Still, like the best she gets is like just weird fantasies like that. Well, I would jerk off in her face.
That's right. Right.
I mean,
She's not getting like, I would make passionate love
it's
to her.
like,
Listen,
load in the face.
we got E-Rock in studio. We got to be very careful with this. Hint,
All
hint,
right.
okay? But E-Rock, tell me what you heard.
There's a transcript online of a caller Rush took on his show yesterday, comparing.
There's an actual transcript, though?
Yeah,
Look at how nervous you are.
Because I'm trying to.
You're breathing
Just
heavy.
say
You just
it.
swallowed like you just did. Comparing that involuntary swallow when you're all nervous.
Comparing Obama to Curious George.
All right.
Oh, no.
The caller, when Limbaugh was laughing about it,
Oh, so Limbaugh laughed about
laughed at it.
Okay.
Supposedly. Yeah.
The caller may
illegal.
have been making monkey sounds.
Oh, and Limbaugh
May or may not.
didn't hear it or was
Yeah.
laughing over it, and that's what
Making
the
monkey
controversy was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't know if that was true or not.
All right.
Look how we have to tiptoe.
We're trying to find
fucking
audio.
rewind.
I know.
We're trying to find audio of this.
Isn't it, Jimmy?
He went to break and then came back and did about 10 to 15 minutes of apologies.
Why
Do we have that audio?
No, none of this audio surfaced yet.
We have no audio.
Who did he apologize to in the office?
It's
It's a fucking radio show. Don't even surface.
Got to be somewhere.
I love this.
So nobody had. It was a
This is
preemptive
so
apology.
Great, though.
No one's taping him where they.
This is a
Someone
hidden
has the
lesson.
audio.
He
He
does, but
apologized
spend like
before.
$50 on his site to get it.
He apologized before anybody complaed.
I'd like to apologize to the man with the yellow hat for making fun of his friend.
Hey, that's right.
Well, we're trying to
Very
get that.
familiar with that story.
Yes.
We're trying to get that audio. But that's what
I
E-Rock is
for
saying
one,
today.
hope it isn't true.
Hey, you're a good man.
I
for
hope
one,
it isn't true.
Hey, we did
From
get
your
it.
lips to
Hold on,
God's
hold on.
ears.
Rush didn't say the Curious George thing. It was a caller.
No, he
Please get it
laughed.
right. We said that,
Yeah,
Lon.
we said that.
Come on, dummy. We said that. It's the whole thing that Rush was laughing.
Fucking E-Rock said the audio hasn't surfaced.
Surfaced.
You got any footage of that
It's
moon
on
landing? They're hiding it.
Footage of the
Fucking
what?
incompetent shit dick, get in here.
Yeah.
Find
The audio hasn't surfaced from that major nationally syndicated radio show.
Exactly.
Listened to by more people than anyone on earth.
Yeah. It's like Rush
But no one
whispered
can
this to
dig it up.
someone. He fucking sent it to a microphone so it would go out speakers. You fucking Hillary-faced cunt. Go get it. I'll wrap your neck around my dick and just fuck your underface.
Ask somebody who's making a phone call in a Dunkin' Donuts and they've got it on their fucking. Jesus. Somebody's leaving somebody a message.
Hey, we got an update on the Jane Fonda thing too.
When
Remember
she
this?
dropped the
Apparently, she
C-bomb.
never said it.
Well, I know you're. Well,
Amazing. And I know when it started, there were some A-list celebrities who came out to help you. But Jane, you at first were not a big fan of the play. So what turned you around?
Well, it wasn't that I wasn't a big fan. I hadn't seen the play. I live in Georgia, okay? I was asked to do a monologue called Cunt. And I said, I don't think so. I got enough problems.
But then you were invited to go see it.
Fucking love Jane Fonda
did
right
a monologue
now.
called Cunt.
First
I
of
got
all,
no problems.
that
I
was
love
television.
also, she said cunt like you're supposed to say it. She said cunt. Like you came from underneath.
But you know what? That's
a
not even her
monologue
line.
called
Brett Butler, there's a female comic, I don't know if it was Brett or Caroline Ray, one of them said that in their act.
Really?
Yes. It's not even her fucking line.
So she stole it?
Yes.
Wow.
And then you hear Meredith Vieira laughing at her, right?
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
she's denying she didn't even really hear
Because
it.
I didn't hear it. She was turned away from me. I wasn't even in the room.
What a
I fucking
fucking
didn't hear it. I was with my kids. That's the update right there. Yeah, she claims she never heard Jane Fonda say cunt.
She's laughing at it.
And then Meredith had this to say.
Before we go to break, in our last half hour, we were talking about the vagina monologues, and Jane Fonda inadvertently said a word from the play that you don't say on television. It was a slip, and obviously she apologizes, and so do we. We would do nothing to offend the audience. Please accept that apology, and when we come up,
I'm not accepting
we're going to be talking about the secrets to making your love last. A nice
There's so much. God damn it. That's the secret right there. Get a 12-year-old cunt.
Get your fucking
tighter than a-
get a 12-year-old cunt transplanted into your old body. That'll make your love last. You
Yeah,
fucking,
cut out that
you
40-year-old
shit viewer.
box and replace it.
Fucking switch it out.
Fill your pussy with rocks. So there's something for him to rub
Buy
against.
6 pounds of chicken livers and sew it in there.
Switch out your old pussy for your daughters, you fucking useless whore.
Switch it out.
Just fucking
This is a fucking
get
filleting
the
knife.
pit crew to put a new one in.
The Penske team surrounding you.
10 seconds. Done. Fuck her again.
Oh,
shit.
my belly hurts.
She just was, denying everything now.
Now
she's saying she never was even laughing.
Never heard it.
She
So.
apologized.
Can you fucking imagine?
Wonderful.
Can you imagine? She laughed at it. She fucking gave it a nice fat laugh, like that guy in
Jane
Ohio.
Fonda.
Let's go to Andrew on Long Island. Andrew.
Alona.
Yeah,
I heard the comment yesterday. I
you
was
did.
in a rush right after you guys.
All right.
And the lady didn't make any sounds in the background. All she did was compare that her son said that he looked like Curious George.
Yeah.
Rush just laughed right after it. When Rush got back on the air, he really didn't apologize. He kind of made a joke about it, stating that how McCain had to apologize for using his middle name. So he's making a joke. He didn't really apologize.
Okay.
He was joking around about it. But.
So according to Shaking E-Rock, this was a national incident, and the audio's been hidden in the archives, and it hasn't surfaced yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Should we get E-Rock back
I
in
want to
here?
grab Eric's neck fat and pull it up over his head.
Let's say hi to Stryker. Stryker, what's up?
Like a sweater.
Yeah, morning, boys.
Hey.
There was numerous references to the Curious George book on Rush yesterday. He signed off his show by saying, "I'm sick. I'm going home to read Curious George," and then he made some comment about Obama.
Good for him for not fucking being a fucking little pussy about it.
Yeah, he will.
Speaking of pussies, E-Rock is back. E-Rock.
E-Rock, what's the matter, you nervous Nelly?
Nothing.
Fucking, you all frightened?
Look at you. You're all scared. What's up?
Can you blame him? Look at the talent.
So there's
of this
some woman was saying that her
Really?
child made the observation.
Yeah.
That Barack Obama looks like Curious
Yeah.
George.
And kids don't lie.
Oh, kids are crazy.
Kids
they say
don't
the darndest
lie.
things.
Kids
I
say
hear.
the
They do say the
darndest
darndest
things.
things.
Ouch.
They say the darndest things.
But look, I mean,
Stop.
if you're a kid, seriously.
Only a child.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
Only a silly
Now,
child.
which one's Barack?
Let's say hi to Blake in Virginia. Blake, E-Rock's leaving now.
Oh, there goes E-Rock.
E-Rock, come back.
Only a silly child
Oh, my belly hurts.
would make.
Dumb children.
E-Rock,
You guys are killing
Blake
me.
wants to talk to you. Grab Blake, go.
Blake.
You're on, Blake, go.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Hey, I was listening to him yesterday. The woman's little kid said, by the way, I think
Obama looked like Curious George, and he didn't apologize. And I was watching Saturday Night Live the other night, and they were doing that Obama skit, and he does. He's got the exact same facial features.
Well, you're saying that Fred Armisen dressed like Obama looks like Curious George. But look, if you're an actor and you try really hard to look like Obama, and you end up at Curious George, then what does that say about a similarity?
Here's the audio right there. Wasn't Obama actually on SNL too?
He was once. Yeah, he was once.
Yeah, I know Hillary dropped in.
They did a thing. Well, they did a thing, by the way. The thing he did, it was Hillary being at a costume party, and there's a guy dressed like Obama. He's wearing an Obama mask, and he takes it off, and it's him.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah, but the mask was kind of funny.
Was it?
Yeah. It was... Obama, if he becomes president, Obama masks are going to be very...
huge. A huge seller.
Very offensive. They are. Well, that's the thing is that, like, Nixon masks and those masks, they're meant to, like, really caricature and make fun of and give the worst of the guy.
Right.
So if there's a black president and they make a Obama mask, it ain't going to be pretty.
Yeah, because, like, a Nixon mask always had that ski slope nose and everything. Big nose.
Big nose.
The Reagan
big
mask
jowls.
had the big jowls and stuff.
Yeah.
And then,
so what is this going to have?
They're not going to allow you to make that mask.
No, it's going to have paper-thin lips. It's going to be
It's going to look like Warren Hutchinson. Remember?
Yes, it's going to be really dignified.
It'll also have to, like, come with gloves.
Yes.
For the white people, you can't, you go around with a mask without gloves.
Yeah, otherwise you're not doing a proper
For all these years of having a white president, we just could put the mask on and walk around.
Come out with gloves and 16-foot shoes.
That's the funny.
Oh, she was on the Daily Show, huh? Well, that whole liberal media thing was just a big lie, wasn't it? Huh?
Did she get cheek implants? Did Hillary get cheek implants?
Hopefully they're delivered with a fist.
She is in pain when she has to smile. Like she did get some fucking.
She's got
look at her. She's like a fucking squirrel.
Petrified jizz injected into her cheek.
That's where she keeps Bill's balls in her cheeks.
Look at Joe Scarborough. Look at Scarborough with his fucking inbred eyes. Look at those time slots.
This guy's good.
Well, he took over for Imus, and now Chuck Nice is part of the...
There's not enough fucking writing on the screen.
Man, look at that.
Wait, why is Chuck Nice on TV?
That is so they can't pull an Imus.
Yeah.
He's on with who?
Chuck's there, so...
Chuck Scarborough took over for Imus on MSNBC.
And that way, if there's any racial controversy... Yeah. Yeah, see, well, Nick's had it. Nick just put his head down.
You don't want to be there. You don't want to be there.
Yeah, I do. At this fucking point, I do. That's how fucking.
You want to be on fucking on morning TV, laughing at people that aren't funny.
I'd rather be on my blog radio talking to 6 people in my face.
If you do fucking morning TV, you're going to be fucking apologizing like a fucking a pilot in captivity in Iraq. Fucking in about 10 minutes, you with a black guy. I did in no way mean to offend the African American community.
Good one, man.
You'll be doing that in a second.
So
our country is waging an illegal war. I love that one. It's like right after they pull that bomb handle, the second they go down and get caught. This country's illegal war against your country and its people is horrible.
That's what these apologists look like when people apologize for their fucking curses.
Yep.
They look like they got a fucking AK-47 in their head.
They should hold a newspaper with the date on it. Exactly. I'm sorry I said what I said about your town.
Yes.
Looking around like you know just off camera is an AK-47 muzzle.
Trying to blink another message to your wife. Please help me. That's what they look like.
Yeah.
And it's on weird videotape from another country. I should never have said it.
It's a horrible thing.
Please.
Cut my head off, please.
I just don't want to hear how hard it is for a fucking... please.
All right, we're going to take a break and get the Rush audio. They're getting it now.
Oh, they're getting it?
Good. How did they find it?
I don't know.
How did they find such hidden... It hasn't surfaced.
Something so obscure.
Just the fact that he used the word
I'll tell you how they found it. They logged on.
Yeah. It's not like we're asking you to find
tuned
a
the radio
snuff film.
to 15 different stations that carry Rush in every town.
But E-Rock says it hasn't surfaced
He was
yet.
just shaking like a blithering idiot.
He was so nervous.
He found it by cupping his hand around his ear and just craning his neck a little to the right. There it is. It's in the air in America.
He's trying to say it's hard to find Rush Limbaugh audio in this day and age.
Yeah.
I don't know. It hasn't surfaced yet.
Oh, these guys.
During the Limbaugh generation.
These guys just suck.
I wish he'd go
They
swimming
just
and not
suck.
surface.
We'll be back in just a bit.
I'll joke about him drowning.
What's up, Joanne?
This Jimmy guy, he's useless.
No one cares about that.
That's very nice.
Be a little more effective if a man called in.
Dumb broad! Dumb broad!
Hold on. The man's talking. Being a broad, we take your opinion a little less seriously.
Dumb broad!
And right now, hold on. Man is talking.
Dumb broad! Dumb broad, that smells.
The bottom line is you should be on your knees, scrubbing a toilet, and laughing at what the men say.
Right back at it. O&A. Supposedly Randy Spears is on the line.
I am?
The dude that got in trouble on Long Island. I don't know if this is true, but we'll see. Randy.
No, I'm not. I'm at work, and the final puzzle is back.
Oh, well, thank you. You have a great day today.
Okay, you guys have a great day, too.
Bye, Yankee fan Kevin. Mike from Kings Park. Oh, Mike. For the bumper stickers, Mike.
Hey, I had to wait. I had to hold off because he had his meeting and stuff.
Well, he is back, Mike. So how do you feel?
Well, this is WBLI, obviously.
I know. Well, thank you, Mike.
He did his apology. He did his thing, and now he's back, and now we can get back to normal life here with the radio.
Exactly. We're so excited to be all back together.
Put us on with this
and you were so sweet and so supportive in such a nice way. So it was great to hear from you all along.
Every time she talks, a fist should just fly across the table to a fucking jawline.
Yeah.
I want to say hi to Randy.
Oh, is this Diane?
Your fucking voice is a homing beacon for fucking wife-beating fist.
You're Dana, big day.
Just hands with no bodies attached to the flash of the window.
Listen to this drivel.
Get right back into it.
I spent my whole weekend watching Randy videos.
Wow. What, did you go to WBLI.com and all the YouTube videos?
She should be circling a fucking Yorkshire Terrier.
On the news when you were dancing to the damn milkshake
If we get on, just don't curse. You're on regular radio.
I don't
know what they're trying to do.
You sure it isn't a listener just holding his phone up to the radio?
Hi, is this Dana?
Sounds like we're on hold.
Hi, I just wanted to welcome Randy back. I've missed him. I'm a resident of.
I don't hear the Randy guy, though.
No, I'm trying to figure out who Randy is.
Domestic Beach listener. I got to tell you, I love everybody messing Shirley.
Is that him?
Right there.
Yeah, that's him.
That's my answer.
He really has like a
Alan Seuss in the house.
Alan Seuss.
He's got like one of those sort of halfway through hormonal treatment voices.
Yeah.
Like he's halfway to getting a pussy put in.
No, he sounds like a woman to man transformation.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
I thought that was Riley.
Wait.
Talk Idol and all the fun and frivolity, of course, as usual.
Bye, everybody.
Wood Kingdom not only builds the finest
Is that their big closer?
Yeah, it's a good show.
Randy.
Yes.
That was you on that awful show?
What's that?
What's that?
What are you crazy guys saying?
You just forced us to listen to BLI for 5 minutes, and I just heard awfulness.
Oh, poor thing, it's not my fault. Anthony, I saw your pictures on the web, kind of cute.
That's him?
Yeah, I get it. Gay guy like hitting on me.
Why? You're good looking. There's nothing wrong with that.
What?
I'm just saying you're kind of cute. You're not my type.
Randy.
What?
You were
that was
forced
the
to read
woman.
that statement at the press conference? Yeah. We've been there. We've been there. We understand. You were forced to read that, huh?
Did I say how cute you were?
Yeah, a little hard to swallow, huh? Well, maybe not for you, but I mean, when you're reading a statement like that, it's kind of rough to have to, spit that out.
Randy,
damn it!
Oh, I spit.
No,
we stood up for you guys, but man, that John Shea that runs that station, what a lame ass. He should have stuck up for you guys and just said, "Shut up, master."
Yeah.
My boy was making a little joke, and that's all it is.
That's exactly right. They have a $7 million pool out there. No one said anything about that, did they?
Yeah, huh?
Thank you.
That's because they embezzled it from the school district or some stuff.
Yeah, but no one got all up in arms about that, did they?
No, but now I'm kind of seeing why nobody from the station got behind you.
Why? It's safer than in front. Swim walk.
Swim walk.
So you're safe now in your job. No problems.
As far as I know.
Is this gay Marco? We've been looking
real?
for Marco.
As far as you know.
It's real, I think.
No, it's me, Randy.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, it's Fez. You motherfucker.
Yeah. This is you.
You motherfucker.
This is fake.
Randy.
Wait a minute. Nobody says it's me, Randy. Like, nobody says.
It's me, Randy. What?
Are we allowed to swear on this show?
Yes.
Oh, you dumb motherfuckers! I am Randy.
Oh, well.
I really
Is that fucking
It's Ron,
right?
Ron and Fez. Ron and Fez. So they got the end of the show on tape. What you did production for this gag?
You guys don't work this hard.
That's hysterical.
And we're so eager for a scoop. Like, okay, it's him.
If he says it's him, it must be him.
Huh?
I come down and see you guys down there at that studio of yours.
Yeah, you come down anytime. Usually from noon till 3.
Poke chop, greasy, greasy. We can beat your team, easy, easy.
What the hell are these idiots doing today?
Oh, we gotta go meet with management.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's so many damn meetings, one after another. I can't even take it. That guy from Channel 12 News, and they didn't put that on the air, the fuckers. He was so cute, you guys. I took him by surprise. He was so serious and everything, and I looked right at him. I said, "What's your name?" And he told me. I can't even remember. I said, "Well, you're kind of cute." The poor bastard, he didn't know what to do.
What to do?
I gave him my number.
What the hell?
Oh, you guys, I could just talk to you forever. What's on your agenda today?
It matches the actual show so perfectly.
It really does. Because
really
the
good.
show that they were playing was god awful.
Yeah.
And you sound god awful.
God loves me, and he doesn't tell me I sound awful. I just spoke to him last night. I was like, oh, God, oh, God.
Well, it's about time Fezzy comes out of the closet. We got a big scoop on the Ron and Fez front today.
Ron and Fez,
Noon to 3.
9:30 till 3.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Ronnie.
Oh, you cute little things. I'll lick you later.
Ronnie.
Ron?
Who's Ron?
Ron Bennington?
Fez Watley? Ron
and Fez show?
Randy Spears. Miss Spears to you, Opie.
Is Eastside Dave there?
Yeah, where's Eastside Dave?
Is Eastside Dave? Who's he playing? The Hole? The part of the Hole?
Bastards, I gotta go.
Oh, all right.
Love you long time.
All right.
All right. See you later, Fez.
Bye.
Bye, Fez. Did you hear Ron in the background, right?
I
Hopefully.
it had to be Ron and Fez.
I fucking have no idea. Let's say hi to Chris in the Bronx. Chris, what's up?
What's up, boys?
Hey.
This thing, guy, girl, whatever it was, sounds like one of those carnies. Do you throw balls at them for $3 at the end of the day? They're dunk the dummy tanks.
Pardon me.
At the end of the day?
The end of the day.
At the end of the day. At the end of the day.
Or that was a collar puller.
These guys are going to laugh so hard when they hear this. Why? When these guys are going to laugh so hard when I say this? They're going to invite me on the show.
I'm going to be
part of the show. At the end of the day. Oh well. Oh well. Back to my job.
That's the punchline. The end of the day.
Back to my job. Yeah.
Oh well. Make another box.
Yeah.
So was that Ron and Fez? Now
I don't know. They didn't break character.
No, it was
We're out
actually
of
Randy.
flux.
Randy Spears?
According to
Remember welding flux?
Because Louis goes, "Is that Randy? This is fake?" And you go, "No, that's him." It was just funny that you said,
Okay.
You said it with complete
Is this
confidence.
Randy? Yes, it's Randy.
It's Randy. Like, how could you not know? It's
Yeah,
Randy.
come on.
Yeah, I don't think after apologizing like that, he would come on this program
would
and
you?
talk like that. And she's good. Yeah, although he did look a little queenish. Earrings.
A lot of people saying, yo, that definitely wasn't Fez. Now I have no fucking idea.
It might have been Dave and Ron.
Yeah?
Yeah. Or Lily.
But it sounded like the character from the show.
Exactly.
But it was too perfect. The show ends and then they jump on the air with us like that.
That's why they did that.
Yeah, they had the phone probably
But they don't.
up to the radio.
But they're like us. They don't like producing a a show.
Well, it's only 10 a.m. now, so you think they signed off a few minutes ago, and then
That was really well conceived, though. To have it sound like we're on hold,
right?
Because you guys
And then
know
pick
that
up
you
the
hear the show
phone.
while you're on hold,
Right, and then the show's
and then
over.
hear the show end, and then come back. I mean, it took the confidence that you wouldn't just go, "Oh, this is we're on hold,"
and hang up.
Yeah, that you hung out.
Yeah.
It
Fucking
was smart.
Oliver Stone directing over there.
It's a big mystery.
Now
Look
we
at
got to
this.
figure this out.
well, guys tell all the truth about sex and
Yeah,
relations.
I'm sure
Oh.
that paints men in a good light, right? The
Yeah.
Chinese cunt in the middle. Anyways, she's very sexy, but she's got a deeper voice than me.
Why don't we get
Yeah, the
audio
one on
of
the
this?
left looks like a fucking guy.
Guy in drag.
Yeah,
definitely.
does.
Oh my
Carrie's
God.
pretty hot, man.
Or not even in
Yeah,
drag.
that is a guy.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my God, it's Michelle Obama. Let me work on your trap some more, you dyke.
We're watching the Today Show.
Did you see her with that sweater on a couple weeks ago? I think she's a beard for him. I really do.
Yeah, yeah.
She's beautiful. Man.
he's gay.
Yeah.
Very hot, but she's
All
got a
right.
voice like this. Next up, chicken salad recipes. Do you like nuts and celery in them? I'll give you a good firm stool. We'll be right back.
This woman looks like John Leguizamo. She does.
Yes!
With a wig on.
Yeah.
Say hello to fucking Scott LaRose.
What is this crap?
Oh, God.
Look at that. This is what they picked
All right,
to
hold
speak
on.
for men.
How they're spinning it this morning. And
Hey.
the fact that she's now having to fight for her political life shows that the momentum is all on their side. How would you respond to that?
Actually, I think most political observers would say just the opposite.
That's not the
that
channel we
Senator
want.
Obama
We want
has
the other
won
channel.
3-1 in Texas.
Hello. Who's it?
We want the guys to tell all the truth
We want-
about sex and relationships.
Hello. How do I change this?
Gay guys tell all about straight guys.
Yeah. That's who they speaks for us.
Yeah. A bunch of gay-looking
He
gentlemen.
is seemingly.
I just need this changed really fast. We want to listen to that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like
suggests that Democrats really have some doubts about a.
Nope, that's still up top.
Marriage.
There you go.
Andy, many years. You got many years chalked up.
16 years married.
So
many
years. Tell me. What do you do?
Well, you know,
What's his name?
spark is spark. You know,
comes
when
the
you're
funny.
hot, you're hot.
Yeah, swallow another
When you're
load.
not, you're not. You know, but it's all about communication.
Shut
It's all
up.
about
It is
communication.
not.
You know,
It's all
I'm
about
not the same guy I
communication.
was when I married my wife.
I'm
and neither
gay
is she
with
the
sperm
same
in my
woman
mouth.
that,
Yeah, go home
she
and
was.
diddle
Kind of
your
like
fucking
routine,
clit.
like, oh, it's Wednesday.
That's why-
Imagine a guy saying that.
Wednesday is good. Wednesday is very, very good. Today is Tuesday, which means
It is
tomorrow.
about communication.
forward
I
to
got a hard
Wednesday.
dick now.
Don't
Suck it,
realize
stupid.
that the person that you are married to is still that beautiful woman, or for
No,
women,
she's
it's
and
still
even
that
though you're a gay man, you have to remember.
you're a woman as much as you do, or as much as you wanted to back in the day. So now you have to keep doing the things.
They go,
or
we're not talking about
doing the
rape.
Things that
Yeah.
you used to do to get them.
Now be real. Are you still romancing them like you? Like
Yes,
you,
I
You know,
do.
I try to be creative. You know, I try to do stuff like
Sometimes
I
they
just take
suck
off
a
all my
man's
clothes, run
penis.
to the house.
Is that a turn on?
Trying to mix it up a little.
Pretend it's like, if no one else enjoys it, I had a good time, and she's had a laugh.
When we were at the back talking just before we came on air, and we were talking
no.
about
Thank you,
how
Rod
you keep
Stewart's
that
son.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about the wigs and the lingerie.
Like the one you're wearing.
At the back.
You guys, are you guys romantics? I mean, when you show up, I don't know whether it's a date or whether it's to your girlfriend. Do you come with the flowers and the chocolates, or
Please
do
say
you?
it's a
Are you
hanky.
into the romance part?
I mean, I'm a chef, so I've got to be.
Oh, yeah,
don't I?
that's good.
It's got to be about food. It's got to be about nice wines, candlelight. You know, a bit of. I sort of think romance comes from a situation. So
It really does.
if
Comes
you
from a
put
date
yourself
rape
into a
drug,
nice
you
situation,
faggot.
no,
Fucking
nice and
roofie.
fire, you know, that's
I give her a
Creative,
falafel with
though,
fucking
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
and all that.
Romance is definitely a big piece of it. I just had this conversation with my girlfriend.
They're all
And that
gay!
I
they
know.
still
They're
like
all
to have
gay.
a
That's
little
who
thing
speaks
that
for us
you do
today.
just
That's
to
why I'm a
make them-
fucking hateful
It's not about the sex
heterosexual.
all that much. It's
Yeah.
about how they feel. So
Well, I
our
mean, the
biggest
sex
thing.
does
It's the little love
I
notes.
think
It's
the biggest thing
the
is
flowers.
once we understand
love
what's
notes.
important to them, what their goals, what their dreams
left
are.
my
what
wife
things
a love
that they
note.
What make them important to
Take
us?
out the
Women
trash,
also
nap
take a
ahead.
little longer to warm up. So guys, we're always ready because see, we don't know. It's like so we need to be ready at a moment's notice. We
Yeah.
like
To what?
Like, hey,
Bust into a condo?
Realize that women aren't always ready, so you got foreplay.
Take it slow.
Foreplay is whatever is leading up to sex. It might be in the morning when you leave the house.
What do you know, wrinkle neck?
And then you go out and you call it during the day. You
This
send
should
a
be
little
called
sexy
Guys
text
Tell
message.
Nothing.
I like that.
So you work it all
They
day
tell
long
all.
then.
This is what passes, seriously.
You know,
After 16 years,
Ask
there's
the
a
guy in
lot
the
of
back of
just
a sanitation
life that's
truck.
intruding all the time. you know?
Yeah.
So,
Get Eddie Brill from
yeah,
Britain.
sex is easy. The romance can be hard.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun. And
Dick Joe.
How to find out?
Dick
We weren't even going there.
that, we can
not even going there.
find ways all the time to reinvent ourselves, to keep things fresh.
Is the glasses
And we
the
don't-
latest one?
All right,
You
let's
dink?
take a look at our next question. This is from Whitney from New York.
Oh.
She asks, what happens after you hook up on the first date? Let's take a look at her question.
Now the cops come to my house and go, "Where's the head?"
My question is, if you hook up with a guy on the first date, is there potential for it to go somewhere, or was it just a one-night stand?
How do men feel about the woman the next day, the day after?
Single guy.
Is there a difference, Curtis?
I kind of felt like this was coming my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I personally wouldn't judge somebody whether they hooked up with you on the first date or not. I think that every situation's different. It depends on how it came about. Did you meet him in a nightclub and then end up back at
How about if she wiped her ass on your towels before she left? Now, when you judge her, you fucking
you got
fag.
introduced to someone that way.
Brett, you have a little bit of a different point of view on that, right?
No.
No?
Yeah, I believe that it can turn into something. I'm just into the very natural, innocent sort of flow of a relationship.
Are you,
so
you
it
fucking
can easily start
fagola?
with a
Looks
one
like
night
your
stand or
brother,
something,
that
and then go
fucking
into
white
something.
gay
I think
douche.
maybe she did that yesterday.
bit.
I mean, isn't that kind
Well,
of
see,
cropping up in your
I think it has a lot to do with the self-esteem and maturity of the man.
Yeah.
And also, like you said, the situation. If,
Go warm up
it's
my
the
car.
type of situation where you're out on a date and things are going very well, and it just naturally progresses to the point where you wind up going further than you expected on the first date. That's a different story than if you're at a frat party back in, down in alcoholic beverages, and then you wake up the next morning and you don't remember how you got there.
We had an interesting segment on yesterday with you. We were talking about sex solicitation.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel
Stolen car.
about a relationship that doesn't lead to sex right away?
It's disgusting. It should never happen. Let's be
Wild.
Sometimes the longer you wait, the better it is.
Is that right? You
Like
fat-
forever.
You must wait a long time, you fat
Stay
tart.
away
from that dirty vagina.
That there truly is a sexual compatibility. Now, if you're expecting a guy to just be totally cold turkey and go into a serious relationship with you, that
met all
might
your girls
even
through
lead
a
to marriage
DNA
without ever
database,
having
you
any kind
fucking-
of sexual contact with you, the risk
That's how we
that
trace
you
your
could wind
relationships.
up in a situation
He never
that
has
you
sex before he
just
gets their
like, I
PIN
can't believe
number.
I'm married to someone who I
There's so
have
many
no
ways
sexual
to connect on. Like for women, for us, we connect on so many different levels. I mean,
Is
sex
that
is
right?
just one
You're
of those
so
levels.
complex.
For guys, it
Is
seems
that
like
right?
okay,
Split your head
like
with a
one note Charlie.
fucking-
You know, that's
fucking-
when you connect.
That's a measure of a relationship.
We connect on so many levels. The fucking wallet and the cunt.
Yeah, you're a real fucking, you're a real enigma.
Oh, yeah.
Credit card with a dick, that's what you want, you stupid.
There's so much more
We're
that's
so
involved.
complicated.
So many layers of complexity, you fucking...
We want your cum and your money, both. So try to figure that out.
When somebody cooks for you, you go around to their house, and the first thing you do is you smell what they've cooked, and you get a bit excited.
Yeah.
The anticipation
That
of the
it?
meal is really
Yeah,
exciting.
nothing gets
And I
me
think it's
harder
the
than
same when
fucking
you're in a
eggs over
relationship.
easy, you faggot.
Sex, I don't think it's just an act. I think it's something more
Yeah,
than
it
that.
is.
It's something really special, and it's something
It's
to
a
share
dick
with
in
a
my
particular
fucking
person.
ass.
Of course, it's different.
All day.
Yeah, and I wonder if
There's also, but when you're having sex in a
I'm
committed
with you because we're both men and we're gay.
it's much more intense.
Listen to
much
this
more
fucking... This
encompassing.
guy...
Did he
no
just say that?
heterosexual guy would ever say that.
The person
Ever
you're dealing with.
in a million
I've
fucking
been
years.
in
Ever.
relationships that where sex
Again,
came later on.
let's not bring
And
the
it was
fucking
type of
police
thing
into
where
this.
If I knew that we were sexually compatible.
Yeah, but
and
we're
there are
talking
ways
about
of knowing,
consensual
you
sex.
know,
You said
you
sex
kiss,
in a
you
committed
hug,
relationship
you
is
talk
so
to
much
each other,
more-
and there's
Yeah.
so many ways
Yeah.
to communicate.
fuck, exciting.
That
ways
guy's, he's
better.
a phony. He's
sexual
never
compatibility,
seen a
sexual
snatch in his life.
No, he hasn't.
act.
Never.
But it's just that most guys aren't going to really go for that.
Again,
Even
we're
if
talking
he
about
is
consensual
waiting-
sex.
Even if he is waiting for you, he may not be waiting. He's like, well, I won't have sex with you, but I will have some sex.
Okay, well, moving on. because That brings us
very feminine.
to another
I
great...
respect your wishes.
You know that guy knows when his date's over and somebody blows a rape
Anita
whistle.
from New York asks about how she can
here
tell
we
if a
go.
guy is lying to her about having sex with other women.
Oh,
To your point. Let's take a look.
I'm wondering, how do you tell if a man is lying about sleeping with other women if he says they're just friends?
If his crotch smells like a blimpie.
How can you tell? Go ahead, Brett.
Women have a very strong
Why would it
gut.
matter to you, you
Yeah.
ugly whore?
And they know when something's up. And it's very simple. If you can see sort of the inconsistencies.
No, they don't. I've cheated my whole life. You're fucking dumb as a bag of hammers. Wrench your dick, go home and go, hey, I'm going to watch a ball game. Fucking stop it.
If you suck his dick and there's shit on the tip, chances are he's been with someone else who he tripped.
Yeah, let's ask Bo Jackson's younger brother.
The truth of the matter is,
Stupid.
that if she
How do you guys hide
that
being
he's
gay
lying,
from your wives?
whether he
Yeah,
is
that's the
lying or he
question,
isn't lying,
exactly.
then that relationship is doomed.
That's a great point. It's all about the trust
And if you have to ask the question, you would probably already have your answer. Because even, like you said, even if the answer is no, the fact that you ask the question shows a lack of trust. And there's so many other things that are probably going to happen.
It's all in your mind, bitch.
Sometimes it may be coming from another
When he comes home
relationship,
smelling like pepper spray.
that built-in insecurity going into
She knows
it.
he's been
It may have nothing to do with the relationship.
It's not about your
Claw marks in his face. Were you playing with another cat? Yeah. I gotta go to bed.
See a sketch of him on fucking the local news. Have you seen this man?
Look, honey, either you
Ask
or
him to give my vagina back.
Standards exist for men and women when it comes to having casual sex. Let's take a listen.
Find dismembered tits in his sock drawer.
Why men think they're the only ones. They can be the only ones to have sex, casual sex without attachment, and women can't.
Well, you need to.
I kind of go.
I'm so sick of this question.
Did that
That's
lady
so
leave her
fucking-
number?
This guy's out of control.
Oh, how the fuck are you?
He's the bad boy. Because he's wearing a ripped hoodie.
Who do you
He
think we're
thinks
having
he's
sex
Rod
with?
fucking Stewart.
When guys are out having casual sex, I think that we have a healthy understanding that women do the same thing.
But are those the kind of girls that you're building a lasting relationship?
Yes, you
That's the thing to remember.
There is a double standard because when I look at a woman and they're kind of being
Here we
like
go.
that, very casual.
Yeah,
about
you don't like that, do
kinda
you,
goes
faggot?
against The wholesomeness, the pureness.
You don't
of
want
them
them for the
are
long
gone. And I
haul.
don't want them to be the mother of my children.
I do.
The mother of
I
my
want-
children.
Some girl licks my asshole the first date. I'm getting her a ring within an hour. I want to use her as a cum spittoon for the next 40 years.
Next time she licks your asshole, there's a little ring in there. That's how you Hey, lick my asshole. Do it again. She sticks her tongue in there. What is that? Oh, I love you. She's crying.
How romantic.
There's shit on the ring still.
It's 2 carrots and a piece of corn.
My wife was on the road with major rock and roll.
It's like, I'm the kind of person, I don't care about what you did before me. As a matter of fact, don't hurt me.
Just don't tell me. Don't even tell me. Okay, wait, can I ask you guys if you promise to come back again for our next segment?
So great.
No,
You guys are
excellent.
great.
And
Great.
all 4 of you, we expect you
guy on
back.
the
You guys
right,
are very
he's
good.
a
Thank you
pussy
so much.
connoisseur.
Thank you. And when we come back, while you may want to use those gift cards that you got for Christmas today, right after these messages.
Yeah, that's
pressing.
Wow.
Garbage.
Drivel.
How the
No,
fuck
this
am I
is
not a
drivel.
trillionaire? I don't understand.
the gay
Look at-
guys talking for
There's another white man being betrayed well in a commercial. There you go.
It's like a carrot.
It's like that movie American Beauty. Remember that
Yeah.
movie?
Oh,
Where they got first
infuriating.
Kevin Spacey playing the man,
Heterosexual, yeah.
and he's in love. He wants to fuck. He's fantasizing about fucking a cheerleader in high school,
Right.
And the way they represent this in this gay movie,
It really
this
was.
fucking bunch of cum through a projector that this movie was. Is like this is a man when you fantasize. Apparently, according to this movie, when you fantasize about a cheerleader,
Right.
you lay on your back and flower petals fall all over
Right,
you.
right.
Rose petals just fall all over your body. That's what
Yeah.
you think about.
Exactly.
Instead of just like her hot, sweaty ass
Yeah.
and the confused look on her face
Yeah.
as
Exactly.
you fucking cum in her stupid eye.
And then bash her brains in with her own pom-poms wrapped around your
Fucking
fist.
hold her throat and tell her not to tell people.
As you throw her into her cab and she's crying.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You
Fucking
fucking
best.
bleach your hair and move out of town.
Fuck.
Or you yell, give me a C, give me a U, give me an N, give me a T, as you punch her in the belly.
No rose
Fucking
petals
needed. Avoid her calls when she skips her period a fucking month later.
She's holding a Miller Lite on her eye to put down the swelling.
When it's done, I want the sheets to
gotta
look like
fucking-
there are rose petals on it.
Exactly. She's got
Are
a
you
Heffen
spotting?
Repper to her fucking to her shiner.
You make her wear a fucking cheerleading outfit while you give her ass to mouth.
Exactly. God. No, it's Kevin Spacey with this sweet look on his face and his flower petals. Yeah. And also like cluck music, jazzy music, with a
that's how you fantasize
with those wooden blocks.
And then the Marine at the end of the movie, the Marine, of course, the ex-Marine is really
he's the one who's really gay. Yeah. None of us are gay. It's actually that one hetero guy. He's the gay one.
Yeah.
No one else is gay.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey's not gay.
No.
Fuck. He's fucking straight as an arrow. He lifts weights, listens to Zeppelin, drives a Firebird, and thinks about fucking rose petals.
Yeah, the rose petals really.
And then when he actually sees her tits, he almost vomits.
Yeah.
And puts a blanket around her.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is the fucking man? There's no man there.
No, absolutely not. She should have been in a
finally sees the 18-year-old tits and goes, what have I been doing all the time? I forgot I like men and their anuses. I forgot I like to suck cock. I don't like vaginas. They're disgusting.
E-Rock found the Rush Limbaugh audio.
Oh, he's dead finally.
It surfaced. Where's E-Rock?
It was on RushLimbaugh.com.
Of course it was.
It was actually on OpieAnthony.com. He got it from your show. He actually went into the future to get it. That's how long it took. He went into the 5 minutes from now.
Where's E-Rock?
I don't know.
Is he coming in?
Whoa, look at Ohio, folks.
Jesus. It's tied.
It's tied up 44%.
She's finished.
Oh, boy, but Texas, Hillary's winning by a
that's
little bit.
weird, because it was the other way around a few days ago.
Yeah.
The polls
She's
just
tough.
open.
She's tough. She's a fighter.
All the rednecks are coming out in Texas.
E-Rock, I see the audio surfaced, huh?
That's a small portion of it.
Huh?
That's a small portion of it. We just got the whole show.
What?
There's a small portion.
You hear us go, hello.
Welcome to the... That's it.
Can we hear what portion we have?
That's all they have.
Obama can talk about the future, and the Clintons can talk about the past. I stand up for the right now. I'm big.
Exactly right.
I'm big on the right now. Somebody's got to be for right now, and that's me.
Hey, listen, my 12-year-old daughter, her statement last week was, "Who cares what the guy's middle name is? He looks like Curious George."
Don't let me laugh. I can't laugh. The point I was going to make to you is you're going to have to be very careful how you try to You don't have to disabuse.
All right, he heard the comment, he laughed at the comment, and then realized it was like a nervous titter.
I think it was a polite mercy laugh.
Yeah, like, don't make me laugh.
Kind of a mercy laugh.
She had shitty timing.
That
anyway.
wasn't a ha.
She wasn't that funny.
Oh,
No,
God,
exactly.
Yeah,
She kind of threw it away, that line.
Yeah,
She should have really punched Monkey.
No,
If he was honest, he would have said,
she
"That's
should have
not
punched
funny.
Monkey.
Fuck you and fuck your kid." If he had any fucking chutzpah.
Well, I wouldn't say Curious George. More like what's the one on there? Dr. Zayas.
Yeah. And then
come on, don't make me laugh.
And then he came back from break and did this.
I never heard of Curious George until that caller.
Yes, you did, Rush.
No, he's kidding. He's kidding. I mean, I think this is a joke he's making.
You think he's
seriously.
like being very sarcastic?
Yeah, he's making fun of that he's probably that he knows
of all the pressure. Is
that all you have?
I don't
know.
I don't care how old Curious George. I never heard of Curious George. I had no idea what she was talking about.
He's being facetious.
Oh, of course he is.
Now they tell me Curious George is a monkey. Well, whoop-de-doo.
No.
That's what you get coming in sick.
He's not kidding.
That's pretty ballsy.
I don't think he is.
No,
I
he's
think
not
he's kidding.
He's not kidding
I
at
don't
all.
think he is.
He's making an excuse for why he left.
Yeah.
I never heard of Curious George, and now this, because he has to acknowledge
He's trying to
what it
save
is.
his ass.
That's exactly. He was
covered
not
himself.
kidding. He wasn't being
Of
ironic.
course.
No, but
Heard
he
of
said
Curious George.
That's what I'm saying is he's pretending because he says
pretending.
He
never
says I
heard
don't
of
care
Curious
how
George.
old he is.
Right.
Like he's saying. I mean, because there's nobody on earth who doesn't know who Curious George is.
Yeah,
He's
Barack Obama.
lying, but he's not being ironic about it. Going, of course I do. He's lying. He's
Right.
of course he knows what Curious George is. Fucking.
I think
that was
he's
a pretty
saying
good
it in a
cover.
way though that his listeners hear. There's a little sardonic in the voice.
Oh, I don't know. You're just being a ditto head.
We're missing the obvious, by the
ditto.
way. A lot of people pointing out that E-Rock said small portion for the first time in his life.
God, they're like lasers.
These
What
guys
else- what
are
else is there,
ridiculous.
E-Rock?
God, they're better than fucking Clinton's advanced team that listens to everything and issues faxes.
Yeah.
I'm cutting up a piece of audio now where he just goes on
Why am I doing
for
that?
several minutes listing every cartoon that he's ever watched and what those cartoons consisted of.
All right.
And then apparently there's a caller calling him out saying he's a big liar and everything.
Oh, really?
Can I have more, please?
Stone guy mouth.
Okay, E-Rock, what's I'm sorry.
It's all dry.
That's it.
Like after you smoke too much pot, you just.
Wait, is your mouth dry?
E-Rock, was that audio hard to find?
The rest of it just showed up.
What do you get a FedEx?
At the door? Yeah. Hello, I'm
Rush
recording.
come here and say it himself into our...
Send it UPS ground?
I didn't know.
We probably should have had that audio this morning, don't you think?
monkey.
It was out there.
I was looking for it. I asked. Nobody else could find it, so
All right.
I didn't have it.
Get Eastside Dave. I'm wondering if he's ready for our contest. We said 10:30 today. And in other news, Brett Favre has announced his retirement.
Well, he had a good
Adios.
run. God love him.
He is
Adios.
God love him.
What a
God
what a
love
great
him.
way to go out, throwing a fucking interception.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's his last memory.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Now he's going to be like a... What is he, 35?
A big one, too.
Oh, he's older
No,
than
he's
that.
fucking 40.
Hope he shoots himself in a room.
He'll fucking... He's going to
Just a
own a
small
fucking
room.
car dealership on some strip in Green Bay now.
No, in Oshkosh.
And be selling fucking
Come down to
Pontiacs.
Brett Favre's, yeah.
Fucking...
What?
You got miles of savings.
They do that just to get out of the house, you know.
Awful. I know.
Like
Oh, my
constantly
God.
yelling.
Awful.
E-Rock
He's
John
going to be fucking
Elway.
signing footballs at a fucking retard convention somewhere.
E-Rock?
For $8
Dave's requesting a minute. He's still getting ready.
No, it's 10:30. We play the new game with Eastside Dave.
All right. Well,
What's
we
the
walked
new
into
game?
the office.
He's
at
not going to do it in
11:30.
front of his wife, is he?
Yeah.
She's going to... Wait, Dave, it's not... We're not ready yet. Do you want to do it now?
What the fuck?
Are you ready,
This
Dave?
fucking show.
Hold on. Get out there. Hold on. Are you ready to play this?
What the fuck's he doing?
Wait, I can't hear you. Hold
Ron Fez
on.
noon to 3.
Hold on, what?
Ron Fez noon to 3. Was I supposed to shove it up my ass before? Because I did.
All right, hold
or do
on.
you want me to shove it up on the
All
air?
right, wait, stay out there. We got to play the official promo. Eastside Dave's here. His wife's here.
He's got something in his
His
ass.
wife is on.
Does he?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's our new contest.
He just loves taking
Ron Fez started
pants
this
off.
this new war, goofy goofy radio bits. They got spinning the hit, and now we came up with this. Here's the official intro.
She's holding the cup over his dick while he takes his shirt
Yeah.
off. Oh, why does he got to take all his clothes off?
Yeah, he's got it, Louis. Here's the intro to the new bit. He's completely naked, and he's ready.
Except for he's got to
And
yell.
now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for What's Up Eastside Dave's Box!
Oh, okay.
Eastside Dave has stuck an object up his ass, and Opie and Anthony have to figure out what it is.
Wow.
It's What's Up Eastside Dave's Box!
I heard this bit on NPR.
The more you know.
Ladies and
Piano
gentlemen, Eastside Dave makes his way to the studio. He's completely naked. His wife's outside on the bleachers, mortified. Eastside Dave is waddling into the studio.
His non-existent penis.
But he's got his pants at his ankles like that. What are you, shy about your ankles? Like you're the Victorian era, but you don't mind showing
I
your
can't take
dick
my
and balls?
pants off. There's something in my asshole.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, he actually has something up his ass, and we
He's
have
got
to
something
guess.
in his
Something up his ass, and we have to guess.
Yes, we have to guess what's up
How do we
Eastside
get
Dave's ass.
Do we get clues? How does this work?
Do we ask him questions?
Yeah, we
I
ask
think
questions.
yes or no questions would suffice, Ron.
Is it bigger than a bread basket?
Wait, we get.
What's up your ass?
That's not a yes or no question.
All right,
Is it a food product?
Yeah, let's start with Jimmy. Is it a food product? Very good.
Yes.
All right, it's food.
All right,
Is it
it's
is it in a wrapper right now, or is it bear? I mean, okay, is it in a wrapper?
Yes.
What is in a wrapper?
It's in a wrapper.
Is it a Snickers bar?
No.
Is it a Jolly Rancher?
No.
Is it a ham?
Hold on. Is it a candy bar?
No.
All right, it's not a
All
candy
right,
bar, but
is
it's
it
in a wrapper.
sweet?
It was.
Yes, Mr. Anthony.
All right,
Yes.
it is.
It's sweet.
It's in a wrapper.
A head of lettuce.
Is it covered in chocolate?
Yes.
Is it?
I didn't know that sticking things up your ass
Hold
is
on.
starting to force things to come out.
Wait, you said it wasn't a candy though.
No, but it might
No,
be
he
sweet.
said it wasn't
Is it
a
is it one
candy
of those
sweet
emergency
Snickers
packets, like vitamin packets? Because that
No,
would give you a paper
but it
cut.
is hurting.
Is it a fruit?
It's
hurting. What's it, a lobster?
What's is it round or is it oval?
Hold on.
It's round.
Why aren't we filming this? We are. Oh, I didn't see it, Sam. I'm sorry.
round in a wrapper. It's sweet.
But it's covered with chocolate too?
No, the chocolate was the
It's
poop.
a
It's a
joke.
shit joke.
Is it a
All right.
yam?
Shit joke. Round. It's
Is it
smooth,
is
it's
it
in a
red?
wrapper.
Is it red?
No, it's not red.
Oh,
red.
does it have a stick on it?
Yes.
All right, I would like to say it is
Go ahead, Anthony.
a lollipop.
Oh, God, he's gonna pull it out.
lollipop. It's still in the wrapper out of his ass.
Don't touch it with your phone.
God.
Jesus.
Specifically, it's a blow pop, guys.
A blow pop. Oh, now he's gagging because he put it in his mouth.
Oh, yeah, well, too bad.
I don't know, but I'm getting turned on looking at his wife watching this.
You all right, Dave?
Yeah, no. Pop it in your mouth, Dave. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get the wrapper
Put
off.
it with the wrapper in your mouth.
Oh, Jesus. He put the lollipop in his mouth.
What the fuck is wrong? Let's do the 3 now. Okay, so is the game over?
Yeah, I think.
Can I go back to doing prep?
I guess he's the wrong guy to ask about what's going on in Ohio right now as far as the election.
All right, there's Dave putting his clothes back on. Dave, when are we playing What's Up Eastside Dave's Ass again?
I'll have to talk to my higher-ups about that.
Whenever you want, apparently.
Right after the stitches heal.
In 5 minutes, if you ask him.
When Anthony guessed the lollipop, he pulled the lollipop out of his ass, proving
did he
that
ever?
it was indeed up his ass.
Oh, God, it's
Sounded like a champagne cork.
It's brown.
Look.
Oh, God.
Stop making yourself puke with your own shit on a lollipop.
You got the gig. Don't worry. People are going to know.
Oh. Thanks for letting me in here today.
All right.
Sure.
Ron and Fez, noon to 3.
You should
There you
make
go.
somebody else smell that, by the way. You should fucking rub that
Yeah,
into
put that in the
somebody's
candy dish down in the lobby.
We need an outro for the bit. See, right now it would be nice to go back to announcer voice guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. When Anthony guessed it, having him try to pull that.
Oh, God.
And the wrapper was still on, so you know that caused some damage coming out.
Oh, paper cuts.
And now he's walking around in victory with the lollipop up in the air, with his gut hanging out and his awful boxers still on.
He's shoving it in people's faces. You always around for the banner shows there, Lou.
Yes. Listen, it's completely entertaining.
Yeah.
Sam, you got that for YouTube or something? There you go.
Private collection.
That kid will have a reality show. Fucking week.
Yeah. Millionaire.
I'll be reading for fucking Law and Order.
All right, we're going to take a
look
break.
at Dick Wolf's head lump. Fucking trying to impress a dude with a fucking goiter in his eye. And he's like, nice one, Nick. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks. Can I put a lollipop up my ass? Maybe,
can I get
that'll
validated,
help?
please?
Yeah, I can do a Columbo for you.
We will wrap up this mess next.
All right.
Wow, this is radio at its most fascinating.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
This is the worst radio I've ever heard.
On and on and on and on and on. It's fucking boring.
It's hard to be a good listener in general, but to try to listen to this,
You're better off jerking off into a napkin and crying yourself to sleep. Trust me, kid.
all right, getting ready for line of the day. E-Rock's supposed to run in some audio of Rush talking about cartoons, all the cartoons he has seen over the years.
What?
Claiming that he never saw Curious George. Here comes E-Rock once again. E to the Rock.
Look at him. That's running.
That was apology, rambles about cartoons he used to watch.
Okay.
All right, let's see. He's just trying to cover his ass because he laughed at the fact that someone said that Obama looks like Curious George.
Right.
And then he's claiming he never saw Curious George. He was just laughing.
Rush Limbaugh.
I need to apologize to both Senator Obama and to Senator McCain. We had a caller, the last caller of the hour. Her name was Tammy, is that right? What we were talking about McCain or Hillary and Obama in that race with her, right? Obama's qualifications. And she told me what her 12-year-old's, is that right, 12-year-old's reaction to Obama was. That little 12-year-old thought Obama looked like Curious George, and I chuckled. And we went to a break. I'd never heard of Curious George.
Oh, he's thinking Imus all the way, man. I
never heard of Curious.
How am I going to get myself out of this one?
I thought Curious George was half a fag.
Yeah.
And we went to a break. I'd never heard of Curious George. Only now have staffers sent me little pictures of Curious George.
I bet.
Never heard of Curious George.
You know what? The kid was right.
Now that I've seen it, I realize that he's a monkey, and I'm not sure what the big deal was, because that's clear.
Curious George. Never heard of Curious. Folks, when I was a kid, the last cartoon I ever watched
was Popeye.
No, I didn't watch Mighty Mouse. I never watched Mighty. This is the whole point. I watched, what are the cartoons I watched? I watched Yogi Bear. I watched the Flintstones, the Wacky Racers, which was hilarious.
Was it?
Don't know.
Wow, what
He's
he's lost his mind.
That's really sad. I thought that in the last segment that he was going like, oh, yeah, I'm sure this is what you want to hear. That I never heard of Curious George.
It's sad that's what he's come to.
But he's actually trying to say, I never heard of Curious George.
You can't do a radio show as long as he has and not know who Curious George is. That's just ridiculous.
He's lying.
It was also a big that when that movie came out, you couldn't get away from the side of a bus that said Curious George.
Didn't they just remake it?
Yeah, they just did it.
And why
I wrote on it for a month.
So so basically, he's never been to a movie website, is what he's saying.
No, he's never.
I got to be honest. I didn't know who it was myself.
I don't know.
That's how much I thought all those pictures were of Barack Obama.
I had no idea.
I didn't know that there even was. That's how much alike they
Hillary
are.
Clinton is tied with Curious George in Texas.
I watched a cartoon based on the movie Birth of a Nation. It was a lot of fun.
I don't know about this Curious George character. I had no idea Curious George was a monkey.
Oh, shut up.
Shut up.
No one's fucking liar.
The Jetsons, I didn't like the Jetsons. This is the whole point.
It'd be great if you just said, Curious George I liked.
But you know why there were no black people in the Jetsons? Well, the future looks bright, doesn't it? I don't know how the joke goes. I don't care.
I didn't like, this is the whole point. I didn't read comic books. I did not.
They were books. They're children's
watch
books.
Cartoons.
Did you
I did like El Kabong, Quick Draw McGraw, that sort of. But I did not.
Racist.
I did not watch cartoons.
He keeps naming so many things that shows that he is completely taken in popular culture.
I know El Kabong.
I know, he's mentioned everything but Curious.
Yeah, other H.A. Ray books.
I'm getting a fine fact.
I liked the giraffe. There was a giraffe.
I'm getting a fine fact from Than. There have been 58 Curious George books since 1941.
58,
pretty much one a year for the last 60 years.
I don't know Curious George. I would concentrate on the man in the yellow hat. I never knew he had a house partner.
I don't know this Curious George. I don't know what he does.
That's right.
Nope. Did not. Never read Batman. Never read Superman. Never read Flash.
Right,
didn't read comic books.
Come on, dork.
It's not a comic book. It's a huge children's book.
What a nerd.
And it's a doll. And it's a movie with Will Ferrell's voice that came out about 2 years ago.
Tops.
Is it?
Yes.
There was one time there was a comment. My mother was going to have to be gone, so she made me heat up a Swanson's fried chicken TV dinner. Okay, and I wanted to read something while I was eating. It was some cartoon.
Bet you didn't have one there, did you, fatso?
My mother was going out of town, so she put me in bed with my grandmother and her friend, like Midnight Cowboy. Yes. And they gave me $1 and said, "Go to the movies, lover."
She bakes TV dinners like the average person bakes cookies.
Why is he bringing up fried chicken? That was kind of stupid.
Yeah, a little racist.
It was weird.
Just a whole tray of TV dinners.
Yeah, I didn't know Swanson's made chitlins. And
I never had fried chicken growing up or watermelon.
I used to.
We had the Swanson's jowls.
While I was eating, it was some cartoon. I can't even say what the comic book was, but I have no idea who this this Curious George guy was.
Oh my God! Shut up!
Jesus, what an asshole.
So, I wish to apologize to both Senator Obama and Senator McCain. It was not my intent
protecting his
to
empire.
bring dishonor and guttural utterances into this campaign. It happened. I laughed about it. It was a 12-year-old kid's reaction to Obama. It was told by his mother. I was laughing because I was being polite, but I'd never heard of Curious George. I still don't know what the deal is.
But this is the bullshit of it, you fucking... Shit. He's like Maxwell.
Oh, my God,
He's a liar because he not only laughed, he went, don't make me laugh.
Yeah, don't make me laugh.
I can't laugh at that.
Right, it was obvious that he knew that there was something there that he wasn't
shouldn't be
supposed to laugh
laughing.
at.
It was a cautious, okay, don't... Why would he say, don't make me laugh?
Don't make me laugh at that.
Give another reason for him to say that.
He didn't know.
That if he didn't know what Curious George was...
Exactly, I didn't even think of that.
Why did he go, okay, don't make me laugh, I can't, we got to get off the air.
Very good, counselor.
You know,
very good.
But that's what this... people are actually able to deny shit that's on fucking tape of themselves.
This is like
I only
friggin'
laughed because I was being
Stalinism.
polite. Really? Then why did you
You can't
mention...
even say things. You can't laugh at. You have to explain why.
Yeah,
you're laughing.
No one called him out on
This is
anything.
fucking Soviet Union.
he started
circa
explaining shit.
1950.
Yeah. He started
Fucking-
explaining shit before anyone said anything.
Play.
horrible.
Can you? I'd love to hear the laughing again.
Sure.
Because
Yeah, the
it's-
original laughing.
The original laugh.
Let me
Got
just
a
find
nice
that.
cute
Hold
one.
on, let's get to the end
And
of this.
just hear how he's going,
Curious George, but I have no clue what Curious George does. I don't know. And Dawn stunned me. Well, Curious George was around when you were growing up. Well, first I have heard. In fact, I can tell. I have never seen a cartoon starring a monkey.
Magilla Gorilla?
Yeah, liar.
Oh, are you a
liar?
I never even heard of monkeys.
Magilla Gorilla is a gorilla, which though it is one of the primates, one of the great apes, it is different than a chimpanzee, which I believe is what Curious George is.
I thought King Kong was a guy with a crown. Fucking cunt, shut up.
He's afraid to make any reference to anything.
Oh my, what a fraud.
I know Davy Jones was in a band. I don't know what the name was. I never heard of it. Mickey Dolenz. He's just
starring a monkey.
I was somebody's uncle. I don't remember who.
And so, unless there was one on the Jetsons or on the Flintstones. But
I think it's
those
a
were
barrel of
dinosaurs.
something.
I saw him on Planet of the Something. With Charlton Heston. Planet of, what was it? Help me out.
Something.
That's right.
Oh my God, he mentions the Flintstones. Which
Yeah, he mentions if there was any
brings
monkeys
up-
in the Flintstones.
Which brings up the most racist
Yes,
cartoon
monkeys
joke ever.
Exactly.
Oh, that's right.
See, I think he's speaking in code.
You know why there weren't any black people
No,
on
he's
the
not
Flintstones?
He's not speaking in code.
What? I know.
He's a dope.
Fucking fat junkie
And so,
cunt.
unless there was one on the Jetsons or on the Flintstones, but I think those were dinosaurs and alligators.
What? He's insane. He's panicking. He's
Who do you
thinking I'm
think used to fucking wash the dishes and go, it's a living? You know, fucking monkey did something in that. I know it.
How about Grape Ape? You never heard of Grape Ape?
Yeah,
exactly.
Magilla Gorilla?
You know, Obama can talk about the future,
Here we go.
and the Clintons can talk about the past. I stand up for the right now. I'm
That's
big.
exactly right.
I'm big on the right now. Somebody's got to be for right now, and that's me.
Hey, listen, my 12-year-old daughter, her statement last week was, who cares what the guy's middle name is? He looks like Curious George.
Well, your daughter's a racist.
Listen, I can't laugh. The point I was going to make to you is, you're going to have to be very careful how you try to disabuse. You don't have to disabuse.
He laughs and then goes, I can't laugh. He
I
knew
can't.
exactly.
He
goes,
The laugh itself is like, I can't laugh.
I
Yeah,
can't
why
laugh.
would you say I
Why
can't
would
laugh?
he say that?
Why can't you laugh? Unless you're on a pill that every time you, like for your heart, but every time you laugh, your asshole falls out like a fucking dog's, like
You gotta
pussy.
Pick it up like it's your keys.
Yeah.
Well,
It slinkies out of your pants.
Iraq just handed in something else. What's this now? More cartoon babble?
He says Hillary probably liked the comment, and then he had to go and apologize to Hillary for saying that.
Oh my
Yeah, this is what happens. This is what fucking happens when you get a woman and a fucking. This is the fuck. This is fuck. You understand? This is what white males been going through the last 50 years.
Yeah.
You can't say shit.
No, Iraq's smiling, and then what?
It's
and then he goes on another
fucking
cartoon,
insanity.
another cartoon rant, claiming he's never seen Snoopy, but then describes
Out of
every
his mind.
character in Charlie Brown's world, but has never seen Snoopy. And then he goes, was Snoopy in the newspapers? Was he a comic book? I don't know. And he just keeps going.
I think
and
Rush is
going.
losing his mind.
He really, what a fuck. I always thought he sucked and he was
Yeah.
a cornball, but now he really is just becoming irrelevant.
So, at any rate, we have fired the caller Tammy. We're not going to put up with this on this program, ladies. We're not.
That's a little sarcastic.
Yeah, see,
That's sarcasm
That's part
right
of me
there.
that thinks
I
that
think
he's doing this to make his listeners laugh. Like he's going way over the top, saying,
Maybe.
I could never have heard of me. I watched the Flintstones.
Maybe he's playing.
Hey, I mean, I don't know
He
if
might
there are any
be playing
monkeys on the
both.
Flintstones.
Yeah, but you don't think
He
he,
could be
just
playing
might
both
be
sides.
fucking worried about losing his fucking
Yeah.
empire?
But he's doing both. He's getting
Right,
both.
Both sides. He's like,
Because he gets to say, I totally apologized, but his listeners are going, yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
you
yeah, they're
even managed
laughing.
to do the Flintstones monkey joke. You even snuck that in.
with this on this program, ladies. We're not going to tolerate this kind of stuff on this program. And I do officially apologize to both Senator Obama and to Senator McCain.
He keeps saying that over and
Why
over
aren't you
again.
apologizing to Hillary? Well, she's probably happy it happened. No, I guess I better apologize for saying that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, it's all facetious.
Yeah.
It is all facetious.
He's being full of shit. That's
No,
funny.
and
if you listen to the first time he apologized, that he goes, "As long, I don't care how long that's been out. That Curious George, how old it is.
Yeah,
I don't know about it, and it's a joke.
But you see, ladies and gentlemen, this. I'm doing this as an illustration for you of how really uptight and tense everybody's going to be with any kind of criticism of Barack Obama.
Yep.
On the Republican side. I think we may set a record in this upcoming campaign. If Obama is the nominee, we may set a record for the number of apologies.
That's exactly what this is.
And his campaign.
Good. That's what
by
it is.
various Republicans and so forth.
All right, good.
So that's that.
Wow. That was what it was.
Set a record for racial.
He
racist
chuckled
jokes.
at a racist joke, borderline, and then off the air somebody said, "You may have to apologize for that." And he says, "Fuck this.
watch this.
I'm going to fucking
Here we
spend
go.
the rest of the show."
Oh, good. For
I
him.
regret that it happened. I can't use the McCain excuse that I wasn't here, because I was here. Well, I know I'm here, but I'm not really here. And it was the end. It was coming up on a hard break, and just being polite to the caller. Do I know who Snoopy? You know something? She just asked me. I have never once watched a Snoopy television show. I have never read a Snoopy book. I have seen Snoopy on the blimp covering golf tournament sort. But I have not. No, I'm telling you. I was into the cerebral pursuits. I'm telling you, when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was be older. I didn't want to be identified as doing anything that kids did. So, no. Well, fine. Adults watch Snoopy. I didn't. I did watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer at Christmas time. Thought that was cool. I really got into Christmas stuff. I still do, as you all know. But I did not.
And people say our show's unfocused. The fuck is
He's
he
all
doing?
over the place.
Back on
I
the
mean, I know the Snoopy
Yeah.
story. You got the Linus character. You got, what's her name? It's always denying Charlie Brown the ball. Lucy. Lucy's always, Charlie Brown's the nerd. He's the brunt of all the jokes. I don't know what Snoopy does Snoopy sits on top of the doghouse. I don't know what he does. I just know the character Snoopy. I have never read, or even, was Snoopy in the newspapers? Okay. Were there comic books with Snoopy? The Charlie Brown strip is Snoopy. Okay.
What's he killing time?
I never read the
Jesus
comic
Christ.
pages in the newspaper.
All right.
We got the point earlier now.
I did not read the comic pages.
I've never seen. I don't even have a TV. What the?
What?
I always liked radio.
Gilligan's Island.
Crossword puzzle.
I
I didn't read classified ads. I went to the editorial page. I went to the sports
Marianne,
page.
more than Ginger. Right?
That was my extent of using. And sometimes, the news section and so, but I did not read the comics.
Enough.
And that's why I never heard of this loco weed, Crazy George, or Curious George, whatever his name is. Curious George?
Crazy George.
He's doing both, man.
Yeah, he's doing both.
He's not just being sarcastic. He's for real. He's apologizing.
Yeah, he's doing both.
Yeah, he's.
Well,
and by the way,
pretty clever.
Here's my text from Roland. We should have known.
Oh no.
I mean,
oh boy,
it's not happening. Arroyo, who plays Bubbles, which I'm happy, and Tristan, the guy who plays Michael. See, I knew that's how the fuck up happened. Who I'm happy to have Tristan come in too. HBO is working on Michael K. We're not kidding. They're not working on him.
We thought we were having Omar from The Wire and it's somebody else.
Well, no, we knew the other guy was coming, Tristan, who plays a guy named Mike. But that's which they told us, which is fine.
They're gonna get Michael Winslow. Some sound effect.
He's gonna make the sound effect.
But
It's gonna be great.
we're trying to promote the fucking series finale.
Didn't it happen already?
No,
This
series
Sunday?
finale is this Sunday.
Okay.
So why can't they?
I'm going to watch it and then save myself about 4 hours of DVD watching, of box set watching.
More than 4 hours. It's an hour an episode. Shit, 40 hours.
Just watch the finale and not know what's going on.
Now, what episode does Curious George get shot in?
I don't know. I've never seen it. I have no clue what you're talking about.
How about fucking, hey, Roland, how about working on Felicia Pearson or working on Jamie Hector
What we got now?
or Michael K. Williams or any of those guys?
More animation he hasn't seen?
Come on.
It's almost
no.
It's almost what?
No. He talks about how he found the title Finding Nemo misleading. He thought it was about Captain Nemo, and then found out it was about a goldfish and one other cartoon in there.
About a
It's
goldfish.
a bit. He's doing a shitty bit.
I have never watched an episode of The Simpsons. I have seen The Simpsons when it's been on other people's TVs. I have keep walking. I'm not big into animation. I keep telling you, I'm into what's real, the right now. Animated stuff leaves me cold. I did watch.
The Simpsons are pretty real and right now, man.
Well, at least during the time he's been around and popular, they have been.
Oh, I did watch. I got roped into this. I did watch Finding Nemo. The funniest part of that movie was in the sharks. They're having a 12-step meeting to get over their addiction of eating little fish like Captain Nemo or little.
Captain Nemo.
When I first heard about Finding Nemo, I thought it was like Captain Nemo of the Nautilus. Some little goldfish swimming around. But there was a funny line in that movie. What is it?
Really racist.
Oh, they call seagulls sea rats. Yes, exactly.
That's the funny line?
What they are.
Hysterical.
I gotta run out and get that.
As many eagles as there are seagulls. Wouldn't it want to be a greater place if there were more pelicans and there were seagulls? I understand why. But we can all dream. We can all have hope for the future that the pelican population might someday.
Why pelicans?
Also, his banging on his desk.
Anyway, I've got to take a brief time out.
It's a tell.
Such a tell.
He's just doing It's a weak bit.
That's a code.
Very
for
bad.
People.
Brad W. from
Yeah,
Kings
I think
Park
it is.
writes
It's a tell.
he was on
He's
The
fucking with
Simpsons. Rush Limbaugh, he was on The Simpsons.
Oh, he was on The Simpsons.
Yes. So.
It's just it's a weak bit.
And JJ Walk from the Bronx, stop flip-flopping. Pick a side. Rush stinks or he doesn't.
We don't know what he's really doing, JJ, so shut your face.
And I don't listen
tell
to
other
his
people what to do when you're a fucking
I don't listen to his show, so I don't know if he stinks or if he's great. I have no idea.
We can't tell exactly the tone of what he's saying, so that's what we're flip-flopping, is it sounds like he's doing something different. Sorry, you make the decision immediately and never waver.
It's important
If I was a regular listener of the show, we'd be able to tell what this is all about.
Yeah, we didn't
then you
know.
would understand, his delivery and stuff. I have no fucking idea.
HBO is not
fuck
working
your
on
mother
Michael
in
K.
a
Williams.
refrigerator box under the bridge. Faggot.
All right, let's get line of the day out and
Line of the day.
SkiColoradoNow.com for info on great deals on 26 world-class resorts, up to the minute snow conditions. You log on to SkiColoradoNow.com. Here's a runner-up line of the day.
He fell out of a skyscraper, right, in New York City, right?
He walked out of the window.
Yeah, he was dusting the attic of the Chrysler building.
Oh, Christ.
The Jerry Red
Wilson benefit.
Jerry
tomorrow
Red
night.
Wilson. Right.
Jerry Wilson,
Town Hall,
Town
New York
Hall.
City.
Yep.
Jimmy, Louis C.K., Nick,
Ticketmaster,
and a bunch of other great comedians will be there at Town Hall tomorrow night. Ticketmaster.com for tickets. Or just show up at Town Hall, right?
Well, yeah, unless it's sold out, I'd go to Ticketmaster first.
The one I went to was sold out a few years ago. It was awesome, too.
Yeah, they usually
a really
do.
good time. Here's another runner-up line of the day.
I'm confident in saying that none of their lives are good.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
I'll
actually on
say
the
that
sign.
right now.
That's on the sign when you drive into the town.
Right under the population. Very nice.
Stinks.
Good old mastic.
Thanks, New York.
Right to the next runner-up line of the day.
This is from Whitney from New York.
Oh.
She asks, what happens after you hook up on the first date? Let's take a look at her question.
Now the cops come to my house and go, where's the head?
My question is, if you hook up with a guy on the first date, is there potential for it?
Where's the head?
Wow.
Fucking great, man. Just as a matter of fact.
Here's the final runner-up line of the day.
Extra.
Yeah, we would get we'd get old-fashioned paper boys with knickers.
Oh, the short pants. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought you were continuing the theme of the show today.
No, we're not going to hire them.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Short pants. People used to golf in them.
Yeah.
Something.
I think that's it. Line of the day time. SkiColoradoNow.com. Thank you.
Here comes line of the day. Line of the day.
Trailer homes are not permitted under local zoning laws. I have nothing against trailer
Too
parks.
high income.
And no one can afford them. Sorry, there's a roof. You have to sleep outdoors, garbage.
And that's how you executive produce.
Garbage.
Garbage. All right, we got the plugs in. Any other plugs?
Yeah, I got to plug Atlanta this Saturday.
Jim Norton.
The Roxy Theater, 8 o'clock show. Ticketmaster.com or call 404-233-ROXY. It's almost sold out, but I don't think it is. So this Saturday in Atlanta.
I'm in Wilkes-Barre. What the hell do you call it?
Wilkes-Barre. Shithouse.
Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, at a theater. And on Friday and Saturday, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, at a theater.
Good routing.
Yeah.
I'm at a theater in Times Square. I'm going to go see Sandra Bullock's Slays movie, Practical Magic. It's a big theater. It'll be filled. I'll be at Tarrytown at the Music Theater in Tarrytown.
That's awesome.
Saturday night. And then next weekend at Tampa Improv. Go to nickdip.com for all your Nick DiPaolo needs.
Very sweet. All right, let's get out of here.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Rogue, Soup, Cheers, Poodle, Robert Reed, and repeat. The Opie and Anthony Show.